Hello, everybody. You have not joined the Nature Channel, where we will be observing in close detail the creature known as Darling Creepshow.
Hi.
Amongst killers. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We're Guild Spear playing Blade Runner tonight, and we're doing it for the kids. We're doing it for the kids because we are fundraising for a wonderful charity called Games for Love. And I'll tell you all about that in just a moment. We do have tons of incentives, tons of prizes. Tomorrow we have the grand finale with the grand prizes. I'll tell you all about that. I'll tell you all about that stuff. And tonight you can win a few interesting things also. Tonight we have for you a new L.A.P.D in PDF, a Hero Forge standee, and a Hero Forge 3D plastic miniature to win. So every donation goes towards that, but every donation also helps these guys right here because they're in for a hell of a rough time. Let me just tell you. Speaking of these guys, I would like to give them an opportunity to tell you who they are and who they are playing tonight, and then we will come back and I'll give you the 411 on all this fundraiser stuff, and then we will dive into it. My friends, I hope you're doing well. Eric looks like he's in the red room. Yeah.
Let's rock!
Well, since you're ready and since you're on fire, Eric, why don't you tell us who you are and what's going on?
Well, hi, I'm Eric Mona. I make RPGs during the day, and I play RPGs during the night. And here I am playing the Blade Runner RPG with my friends here for the kids, which is rad. Tonight I'll be playing the part of Charles Novak, who is a cop. And we'll learn a lot more about him as we move on.
But you discover it along the way.
Yeah, as I make it up. But no, I've been thinking a lot about this character, and I'm eager to explore his depths as we explore the realm of Blade Runner together for the kids.
And that was touching.
Thank you.
No problem. Speaking of touching, the person who touches me the most, not literally, but, you know, from a distance, Crombie. What's up, Crombie?
Yo, yo. Glad to be back with this group and excited to be playing. Please, to all the folks in the chat, please help us desperately. We'll need that. Sounds like some awesome giveaways. And hey, we know that Bleak has some dastardly deeds prepared. So tonight I will be playing Horvath Human. Wait, no, I think it's just Horvath. And excited to be playing with this group again.
Cool. Thank you very much, Crombie, for coming back and hanging out with us. We discovered that Crombie had not logged into Zoom since we last played Blade Runner.
That's true.
Man.
That's true.
Crombie.
Rip Tate Oberson.
Life goals.
Life goals.
It's amazing.
Speaking of life goals, if I was to be a creep on the internet, I would really wish that I was this particular creep because there's no one that's creepier.
Yeah, but what if you were a pickle on the beach?
Then I'd be
in the hot sun.
If Little Bones was around a pickle on the beach.
You would. You would. That's double trouble. That's a sandy pickle. She's gonna eat that shit, dog. Run away. Hi guys, I'm Darling Creepshow. I'm your resident creep on Twitch. I play TTRPGs like Blade Runner, and I also paint miniatures. You can find me all across the interweb as Darling Creepshow, and tonight I am playing Nora 7. She is a replicant. She is a Blade Runner on the L.A.P.D. and yeah, let's I feel like she's going to be kind of a bit of a staunch character, by the rules kind of girl. She's programmed for it. What can I say?
What can you say? Thank you so much, Creep, for making time to come out and help us with this little thing. Always appreciate playing with you. And finally, the driving force behind this entire fundraiser, along with our good friend John from Phoenix Wacky, the man, the myth, the legend, Damnable Dave. What's up, Dave?
Hello, and thank you very much for running this game, Blake. I'm so excited to get back to Blade Runner and playing with this awesome table. My name is Dave. I play games, produce games, run games here at Guild Superior, and very honored that we are raising money for Games for Love, which is a fantastic organization that Bleak's going to tell you all about. But thank you all for being here and being part of it. It's really means a lot to me and the channel and all of the folks at Guild Superiors. Thanks.
And of course, I'm the Bleakseason, and yes, we are in fact raising money, and we are inching there towards our final goal. We are at $3,460.69, which I'm pretty sure was Creep's donation, out of 4,000. So we are incredibly close to our final goal. We have tonight's game and a game tomorrow, which I'll tell you about later also, to reach it. So please give us a hand, help us help the kids. Games for Love is a charity that, like us, understands the value of games, how games can help you, get over difficult times, deal with pain, so on and so forth. And what they do is they provide toys and games and things of that nature to children who are sick or in hospitals, to help them, get through the difficult times. We are totally behind that. We totally are into that. And so we have been raising funds for them, along with, as I was saying, our friend Phoenix Iwaki. You can help by donating if you can. Please don't give something that's going to be missed, but if you got a couple bucks to rub together, right now on the overlay, you can see the incentives for this particular game. If you donate $5, you get a giveaway ticket for the 3 prizes I was talking about for the end of the game, and also the grand prizes at the end, which I'll tell you about in a second. For $10, you can give a player a boon, and you get 2 giveaway tickets. Another $10 and get you Refreshing the Stress, which is going to be good, especially for the replicants. For $15, you can allow a player to ignore a critical wound. For $20, you can give a boon to the player. Well, that makes a boon per player. Sorry, a boon per player. So if you want to give each of these wonderful people a boon, $20, you get 4 giveaway tickets. And finally, if you want them to find a weapon and gear stash, because they're starting with really not a lot. And the way I described this game to them was Blade Runner meets Die Hard. So, they're in for it, and they really don't have a lot. So if you want to give them a little weapon or gear or supply cash, $25 gives you that, and 5 giveaway tickets. With the giveaway tickets, you can win. As I was saying, tonight we have, where is my sheet? Tonight we have a new Horvath PDF. As I was saying, a Hero Forge standee and a Hero Forge 3D plastic mini that you can win. So we'll draw those 3 out at the end of the game. The grand prize tomorrow. So tomorrow we have one more game run by
Yes,
GM
we
Shiv.
do.
Tomorrow afternoon, I believe, right? It's at 11.
Yep, 11 to 2 Central.
11 to Central. And after that, at 7, I believe, you and Phoenix will be getting together to do the drawing for the grand prize. Am I correct?
Close enough.
7 p.m. CT. Yes, 7 p.m. CT. Phoenix Charity Campaign wrap-up. World Anvil year subscription. Several Phoenix Dice gift cards. New of Arden hard copy. Dragonbane hard copy from Free League. Hero Forge brass minis and 3 standees. Idle Champions bundle with $60 worth of starter packs. And a Troll Lord Games bundle. And last but certainly not least, the thing that's been keeping me up at night for weeks now. A very well painted mini that Creep has graciously donated to the cause. So if you're not like me and deathly afraid of spiders, you can win that.
I really hope you win it, Chris. I really hope you win it.
I would love that to happen. Dream scenario.
Yep.
Mhm.
We'll see. We'll see.
I did it to myself. Because Creep said, look, I have these 3 minis. Which one would you like? And I was like, well, against my better judgment, this one is fabulous. I mean, I wouldn't touch it or have it in my house, but it's fabulous. Kind of like Creep. I wouldn't touch her ever in my house, but she's fabulous.
I might pee on your carpet.
Oh, wow.
That's the least of his worries right now.
The
I'm pretty
word
sure.
might is doing an awful lot of work in that sentence.
And that rug really tied the room together. So that's what we are doing. We are
Carpet
playing
pissers.
Blade Runner tonight, and if you want to help, please, the link's right there. You can scan the thingy, or you can use our link.
I thought we were playing Die Hard.
We are.
Is this a Christmas movie?
Do we have donations that have already come in, Dave? I'm just going to ignore Creep for now. Do we have donations that have already come in?
Yes, we do. We have $20 from Kurt was given an advantage to Creep. And then we've got a $25 that just came in from Creature.
Yeah.
So I do believe the $20 one's one boon per player. So it would be one for
we all get a boon.
Right.
Bonus.
$20, one boon per player.
And a weapon
because
stash
I
from
lost to one
creature.
player. And a weapon stash from creature.
Yeah.
All right, so we will get to the weapon stash in due time. It's probably going to be a machete that someone's going to use to cut off.
Yeah. Thanks, creature.
Thank you
guys are
so
great.
much, guys. We appreciate you. Yeah, appreciate you.
$515 to our goal. Just saying.
515. It's not long.
Damn.
2 games
Hell
to do
yeah.
it. 2 games
Yep.
to do it. My friends, you ready to do this?
Let's do it.
Do it. Pity would be no more if we did not make somebody poor, and mercy no more could be if all were happy as we. And mutual fear brings peace, till the selfish loves increase, then cruelty knits a snare and spreads his baits with care. The gods of the earth and sea sought through nature to find this tree, but their search was all in vain. This one grows in the human brain. The protest was organized very swiftly. It began without incident. Here in the canyon between the mega blocks, drenched in the yellow acid rain that constantly drips from the sky, the people gather in front of the halls of justice. Their demands were the same as always: equal rights for the replicants. The crowd, a mix of human and replicants, was orderly, behaved. But everyone expected something to go off. The replicant underground had let it be known they were watching closely. If they felt the law was infringing on the rights of the protesters, the protest could turn ugly very quickly. Of course, that didn't take long. Someone pushed someone. The L.A.P.D began kettling, herding the protesters into narrower and narrower streets. And someone threw a bottle. And now, it's on. However, a few blocks away, a couple of people who came to this particular protest, perhaps hoping something would just spark off, perhaps hoping they could spark something off. Two people who were perhaps a little bit unsure exactly how far they're willing to go, but certain that things have to change, and, well, change does not happen without the friction of conflict. So they're ready to provide a little bit of friction here tonight. Horvath, Zed, the two of you managed somehow to escape the worst of the kettling. You started moving, ducked down an alley at some point, tried to turn around, go around the block, maybe come back, get back to the front of the halls of justice, or join the mob somewhere else, but you got lost. This city's a real canyon now. There's so many new buildings, and of course they've been building on top of the old buildings, and in order to support those buildings, they've built other buildings around it, and it's just a nightmare. And 15 minutes later, the sounds of the protest turning ugly are a little bit distant. Kind of got turned around. You're not too sure exactly where you are. You find yourselves in a courtyard, in a poorer part of town, not too far off from where things are happening, but enough that you feel like, you're out of the game a little bit, and you kind of want to get back into it. As you stumble into this courtyard and take a moment to catch your breath and look around, why don't you tell us a little bit about what someone looking down from one of the buildings above and into the courtyard would see? And let's start with Zed. Let's start with Dave.
So they would see a large man with a hoodie pulled over, the disheveled mop of hair and kind of grisly looking beard covering most of the features of his face. Probably has some sort of glasses on, and he is very methodical and very intensely looking at his friend right now. He's got a large jacket on that could conceal anything really, bulky for function, maybe fashion as well. But he seems to be very agitated and searching methodically for a way to get back to where the action's taking place.
And he is a replicant, right?
Yes, Zed is a replicant.
Next to him, coming up behind, perhaps a little bit more winded, not quite used to a lot of this pushing and shoving and whatnot, and certainly feeling the adrenaline spiking through. Is Horvath, what would someone see looking down upon this scene?
Absolutely. Horvath kind of taking a moment to catch his breath, maybe feeling the stitch in his side, stands up to look at his friend Zed here, and he is dressed to the nines tonight in as gaudy of attire as he owns. He is wearing he is a human, and he is wearing a yellow turtleneck sweater, and over that a purple duster with plenty of little pockets sewn on the inside. He wears some rose-tinted circular glasses, and his hair is trimmed short on the sides, a little longer on top, and he's got a bit of scruff.
The two of you end up, as I was saying, in this little alley that's surrounded by buildings. There's one narrow entrance in, a narrow entrance out. It looks like so many of the other back alleys and whatnot of the city where it's entirely retrofit. This used to be a different place, but now people have just built on it and built on it. And the technology being what it is, as it kind of degrades as things go forward, it looks like just this mishmash of tubes and vents and all sorts of things just bolted on and added on, and nothing. There's not a single clean line anywhere. You stumble in to this particular little courtyard. Give me, actually, you don't even have to give me a check. As you're looking around trying to figure something, you spot something rather interesting. Up here, if you look at the map, up here, you see what appears to be a media relay van. So the media will park these vans all around the area so that if one of their relays go down or something, there's a backup. As you're looking at that, you get a little idea, Horvath. You could conceivably access that. Maybe mess around with the media's message, maybe put something else on there, maybe, see what they're cutting out rather than what they're displaying. Could be a way to, get your hands into it without getting too dirty.
Look, Horvath, I know this isn't your thing. You're not into the shit's going down tonight. I don't know why you're dragging your feet. Like, let's get going. The action is 3 blocks away. Like, what are we doing over here?
I'm catching my breath. I don't know about you. I am winded. Winded, I say.
Dude,
we could just
footwear.
Take a minute,
I told you, footwear. Good footwear is key in a riot. You got to have good footwear. If you don't have your look at these things. What are those even?
I've got my rain boots. What? It's. Are those not good running shoes?
Jesus Christ! Come on, let's go. What?
Maybe we can take a rest. There's something. Maybe we can take a rest against that truck over there.
That news truck? What? You got something in it? Are you planning something, you son of a bitch?
I would never.
Dude, you never cease to amaze me. Let's fucking do it.
Let's go. Come on. But not too fast. Still catching my breath here.
Damn it. Footwear!
You approach the van, and you can see this one is not currently being in use and that it's not broadcasting. It's one of the spares. But you do know that it's basically downloading everything and storing everything so that the editors can remotely edit later and shoot it out however they need. You figure maybe you could give it a little go. If you want, you can give me an intelligence and comtech roll. I do believe you have scientist, which allows you to get an advantage. Oh, it's only physics, biology, geology, forensics, or anything else, so that's not going to help you.
That's
about it, yeah.
Hey,
you think you're going to physics your way out of this, Horvath?
Everything's physics if you think about it, right? Everything breaks down to particles, action, reaction, right?
See this fist? See this fist? A body in motion. See your jaw?
Physics. All right.
Hey, boy, big. Thanks for coming in.
Bleak, can you remind me? It's been a little while.
Yeah, so you're going to roll. So your intelligence is D12. So you're going to roll a D12. Your contact is D6. You're going to add a D6, and with an advantage, you get to roll a second of the smallest die. So you're going to add another D6. You're trying to
Okay.
get a 6 out of all of that. If you get a 6, it's a success. If you get a 10 or more on one die, it counts as 2 6s.
Cool. Okay. That is on the D6s, a 3 and a 2, and on the D10, no, I'm sorry, D12 there, that is a 10.
Right. So a 10 is 2 successes, which counts as a critical success. So you start looking at this, you're not too sure how it works at first, but eventually you start figuring out, all right, there's a memory bank there. It's busy downloading right now. There's feed coming in from all the drones and all the cameras and all the helicopters and everything you got going in. You see it's all going to this one main memory bank. There's a relay system that's not being used right now, like I was saying. But the thing that you discover is that there is an editing bay in here. So you could start, if you wanted, start getting some of the footage, start cutting it up. You could override the controls of the thing, send it out there, get the real truth out there, get the real message. And because you get a critical success, I will say that on top of all of this, as you're rooting around and trying to figure out how to do this, you find an electronics toolkit, a little portable electronics toolkit. So you can carry that with you, and that will give you an advantage on contact rolls in the future.
I will add that to my gear here. And as I'm looking at that, I mean, Zed, we got an option here to, I mean, they're censoring some things. We could get the truth out there, man.
The truth? What the fuck are you talking about?
We get
He's
the
like,
truth, man.
He pulls out of his jacket, he pulls 2 grenades, and he's like, here's truth for you, okay? Now, can we do anything productive here, or can we go blow some shit up? Because I'm getting starting to Jones a little bit.
Where did you get those? I thought we agreed. No weapons. We don't need them.
This is a riot. This is our chance. Do you know how long we've had to deal with these cops and these politicians and these corporate bigwigs? They don't give a shit about us. We're like their playthings, dude. This is our chance. Even if it's just a small chip in the foundation of this whole structure, it's worth it. Now look, propaganda, what can you do?
So as you're starting to look at everything that you have, all the stuff that's been downloaded, so on and so forth, you hear the two of you, very distant, but you're kind of like the crackle of something, like an electronic piece of equipment maybe, and then you hear like someone talking, and oh hey,
thank you,
we
Troller
got
Games.
a whole bunch of subscriptions given out by Troller Games. Thank you so much,
very
Troller
kindly.
Games.
Big sponsor of
Games,
the
That's what I was going to say. Go ahead, Dave.
I'm just going to say thank you to Troller Games for being a sponsor of this of our giveaways for this fundraiser, and thanks for being here.
Absolutely, thanks so much. Yeah, you hear kind of the crackle, and then you hear like someone talking, and then as it's approaching, you finally hear, and make sure you keep that 4-block cordon tight. Creep and Eric, you are walking the beat. You've been you weren't at the protest proper. You were like, in the outer circle sort of things, just in case something went wrong, to be reinforcements went out. Now, because they've started kettling the people and kind of brought them in, you've been tightening up that cordon around them. And so you're patrolling around the different areas, looking for stragglers, looking for anything that is going on the side, things of that nature. You are walking and approaching this courtyard, and you are on the radio. One of you is on the radio with the man who's in charge of the operation tonight, and that would be Saul Grabowski, who's in charge of the special operations. He got promoted recently after a bit of a shakeup down at the RDU. And so he's on the horn with you, and he's saying make sure you keep that 4-block cordon tight. If there's anything, call it in. And then once you finish your patrol around there, I'll start moving in, and we're gonna push it tighter and tighter, and we're gonna pop him eventually.
He's talking to one of us.
Yeah, he's talking to the two of you. Like one of you just got the radio. Well, both of you would have radios, so you would both be hearing that.
Yeah, Nora just kind of copies, sir.
Charles hits the thing and goes, yeah, sir, gotcha, Mr. Grabowski. 10-4.
Is that Novak?
Yeah, Charles Novak here, sir. Yep.
Oh God. All right, well, do what you can, Nora 7.
Copy, sir.
Wow. He seems steamed or something.
Steamed?
Yeah, he doesn't put up with much, huh? My old boss, he didn't brook no disputes neither, but this guy, things are pretty tough here in the city, huh?
I would say so, officer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can call me. Well, my name's Charles, but you can call me Chuck if you want. Everybody else does. At least they did back home. I've been here 34 days, Nora. You know how many days it's rained? 34. 34 days of rain for straight. Is it always like this here?
Welcome to LA, Chuck.
Well, yeah. Thanks. Thank you. Yeah. So we got to seal down the perimeter.
As you're approaching into this, the two of you, Horvath and Zed, hear this coming up. So what would you like to do about that? 2 coppers coming.
Probably ought to sneak. Is that probably time to hide, right? Yeah.
Coppers. Puts the grenades back in his jacket.
That's right.
Look natural as best you can, for fuck's sake.
So as the 2 cops then you walk in here, you look around. The only thing you really see is there's a media van up there, and there are 2 guys, maybe technicians, that look like they're messing around with it. Well, so one of the guys looks like he's probably a technician. One of the other guys looks like he's some kind of, street thug or something. So maybe he's trying to rob the technician. You don't know. It's not very clear what's going on, but both of them are up there and they're kind of trying to look natural next to the media van.
Yeah, Nora is going to make a beeline to them.
Hey, Nora, do you think... Oh, and then he just follows her.
Well, look sharp.
Always do.
Hello, gentlemen.
Not what I meant. Whoa. What?
Hello.
We're not doing anything wrong.
You have a reason to be here. We're plain clothes, Bleak, right?
Yeah, you're playing.
We're not in uniform. Yeah. She's gonna pull out her badge and show you her badge. L.A.P.D.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. I'm Horvath.
What the
She
Dude.
glances down at your hand and then back up to you. Explain your reason for being here, sir.
Oh, seemed like a lovely night for a walk, and saw some folk around this van and tried to scare them off. So it seemed like a fancy van. Just wanted to get them out of here.
Yeah, maybe you should go chase after him and see if you can apprehend somebody.
Look here, boys. There's been protests happening this whole time, and the news van's here to cover both sides. So why don't you just let the news folks do their jobs and just let's be on our way.
Look, Grandpa.
Grandpa, I'm
The
32.
Yeah? Well, you look
How
like
old are you?
you look about 42, okay?
What my buddy means is he can see the wisdom in your eyes and the way you carry yourself. You see.
Oh, I like this guy. You said your name's
No, I didn't.
Horvath?
Horvath. Yeah. Nice
Is
to
that
meet
with
you.
a V-A-T-H there? Horvath? Yeah, is there a last part of that, Horvath? You got a second name?
Oh,
A surname, sir?
Well, that is my surname.
Horvath?
Horvath. You got it.
Okay. He writes it down
Punching
in a
it.
little book.
Well, you have like a what's called a KIA, which is like a little pocket computer that you would use to search.
Do I type into it or do I talk into it?
Either.
I'm gonna type, and I'm gonna like hunt and peck. with my one finger.
No.
Zed's just gonna look over
A,
at Nora
A.
while this is happening, just be like, what the fuck is going, who? Is this your
I've been
father?
given express orders to secure the perimeter of this area. I ask again, what are you
Looks pretty
doing here,
secure.
gentlemen?
As you're looking at the situation, Horvath, you're kind of half-assed paying
Hey, thanks,
attention
Phantom.
to Barney McFife there freaking punching into his Barney Fife there punching into his computer, but you're stealing glances over at the other
Oh,
one, at
vamp.
Nora, and as you take a look, you've seen her before. You remember seeing her. You remember another protest, a riot last year. You remember seeing it got violent again. A bunch of things happened. A car crashed, caught on fire. You remember seeing one of the police officers in blue uniform, a woman, go into that car, rip the door off, reach in, grab the people that were inside, pull them out, go back in, grab them out. By the end, a whole part of her side was burnt. And as you're looking at her, you're pretty sure it's her.
Do I see any of the burns? Is that visible at all, or is she wearing?
She's wearing you wouldn't see any of the burns. No, she's wearing a well-fitted black leather jacket that she has zipped up to about her sternum with high-waisted black denim jeans and a pair of nice shoes to go with it. But you wouldn't see much skin, maybe her neck a little.
Say, have we, ma'am, Horvath, sorry, I don't know why I want to keep introducing myself. I feel like every time you look over here, I feel like I need to introduce myself. Have we met before?
I don't believe so.
See, you're probably right. You're probably right.
So everybody's acquainted here. There's a riot going on 3 blocks away. What say we all make our way over to the riot and have a little bit of fun, huh?
So, Eric, as you're punching in Horvath, something comes up. A guy from Milwaukee, a serial killer who apparently has murdered about 7 or 8 people and done some terrible things to their severed heads, is the only one that's popping up. Horvath. The image that you have is kind of grainy. Could go either way. Could be him, could not be him. It's not very clear, but it does say extremely dangerous. Bites.
He looks down and he's going to try and look at like Horvath's mouth. Does Horvath have sharp teeth?
I think Horvath is someone who naturally smiles quite a bit, and I think you see the standard canines, but aside from that, no sharper than anyone else's.
Horvath, I got a question for you, and it's going to seem at first like it's a little out of the blue, but I promise you that it is germane to our investigation.
Oh.
What talk to me a little bit. What are your feelings about cheese?
And on that bombshell, my friends, as Horvath is trying to process the cheese, you hear a whistling sound, and all 4 of you look up to see a bunch of gas canisters coming in your direction, flying towards you, smoke trailing out behind them, and looking like they're going to land just about where you are right now. So, my friends, let's do a quick initiative and see exactly what's going to happen with this. For your initiative, you will roll. I don't remember at all what you're supposed to roll. Here.
That makes 5 of us.
Yeah. So you're going to roll your agility die.
Here we go. Oh no, we don't.
Hold on, I'm going to
3
write
through.
this this business down.
We're all such losers.
Average 3s. Love it.
All right, Creep, what'd you get?
I got a 4.
So good.
Mona, what'd you get?
I got a 3.
Crombie, what'd you get?
I got a 3.
Jesus fucking Christ, guys. Dave, save this fucking bunch of inept morons.
I got a 2.
The canisters of gas land all around you and explode, and all of a sudden you just see this yellowish greenish gas just start pouring all over. It gets into your mouth, into your nose. You start coughing. You're trying to find your way. Your eyes are blurry and you're crying. It's a huge mess. So I will say that the gas is kind of spreading out around this area. If I can ever find, you know what I can never find? I can never find the
T-spot?
Cheese Whiz?
How did you know?
Cheese Whiz?
Not a sponsor, but we'd be for it. 100%.
Cheese Whiz for the kids.
Cheers.
So the gas is sort of here. There'd be one here, and then another one landed here.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's an infinity gas. Give me, everyone, a stamina roll. So you're going to roll your strength plus your stamina.
Oh, I got a 10 on the D10.
Do you want a
Oh.
total from that?
No,
Yeah.
I just want you to tell me how many 6s you get.
Okay.
Well, that's significant.
And if you get a 10 or more, it counts as 2 6s.
I got a 6 and a 10.
All right,
Ooh,
cool.
nice.
Mona?
Well, I got a 3 and a 1, so that'd be 0 6s for.
Crombie?
Wah, wah.
3 and a 7, 0 6s also.
No, it's fine. 7 counts. It's 6.
7 does. Okay.
So 1 is good. And Dave?
1 success. It was a 10 on the D10.
All right. So with 1 success, you manage to not inhale too much of it and take damage from it. Like you get a little bit of it, you realize it's burning you, so you stop breathing, but you're kind of blinded and you're kind of going to be moving blind. With your 3 successes, Nora, I'm going to say that you were able actually to kind of get out of the worst of the situation. And I'm going to ask you very quickly, do you want to go left or right?
I want to go left, and would I be able to grab my partner?
So you're gonna get out of there. So on your action, so we'll do that. And Mona, unfortunately, you inhale some of this gas and you feel it burning all the way down into the very core of your lungs. You're going to take 2 damage on your health.
Okay.
All right. As you are moving, Creep, if you want to try to grab him, give me a strength and force roll.
All right. That's a 6 and a 3.
All right, that's good. So you manage to grab him and you drag him out of there, but he still gets a good lungful of it as you're dragging him out. But you're not going to be blinded by it.
That's good.
2, go ahead, Dave. You are kind of blinded. You can see a little bit, but your eyes are just watering. There's just like smoke everywhere. You're not too sure which way is left or right. What would you like to do?
Well, I was going to ask, with my 10, can I, and being that we're right on the edge of the smoke cloud or whatever, can I grab onto Horvath and just like start pulling them away and essentially trying to use the distraction of this gas as a means of escape from these coppers?
So, go ahead and give me a strength and force roll also.
Okay. 10 again.
Excellent. So you find yourselves, sort of everyone, on the other side of the media van, with the gas kind of spreading.
Dude, let's get the fuck out of here. Horvath, let's go.
Yes.
At 3, Crombie and Mona, I'm gonna say your actions were taken by your partners grabbing you and hauling
Okay.
you back. And
Excellent.
Creep at 4. You managed to kind of pull back. The other 2 guys come around the other side. What would you like to do?
Yeah. Do I feel like these guys are suspect at all?
Well, you feel these guys are suspect, but 2 things. 1, they just got hit by the gas canister, so they're probably not in league with whoever threw these gas canisters.
Mhm.
And on the level of threat rating, whoever threw these gas canisters is probably higher than these 2 Dinklebats. So you're kind of like probably storing them on the deal with later when life no longer
Did I see what direction the gas canisters were thrown from?
give me a observation, so intelligence and observation.
All right. Two and a 5. Woof.
No, they came from 2 different directions, and so obviously from the lower part of the zone, but you wouldn't know exactly where they came from.
Right. I go ahead and draw my weapon at my side. I'm gonna look over to Officer Chuck and kind of give him a once over. Are you okay, officer?
And then like gesturing for my gun as if I'm going to follow your lead.
And she's gonna start moving south to begin clearing the area and looking to see if she could see where these gas canisters came from.
All right. So as you peek out and start running here, so there's like these 2 sort of HVAC what's the word I'm looking for? Conduits there.
Ducks.
So yeah, ducks. So you could get a little bit of cover behind that if you want, because as you start moving here, you notice further down, you see a couple of dudes
Uh-oh.
coming around the corner here. They have gas masks on, and they're carrying rifles. And they come around the corner there, and they're kind of scanning the area. They got laser sights out, and they're kind of scanning the area, looking for quote-unquote survivors, I guess. So you see them in time to kind of duck down behind the duck.
Mm-hmm. Can I pull Chuck with me? Just yank him right down. Just topple him.
Yeah, it looks like as you pull him down and he's coughing, you can definitely see like one of the guys sort of turns his head. They heard the coughing, and he kind of taps his buddy and he kind of points in your general direction.
Yeah, I look to Chuck and I do shh very quickly.
Back around to Dave at 2. So you are managing to kind of wipe your eyes out. You probably you know this stuff, so you probably have a ball of water and you're spraying yourself in the face and kind of trying to get the worst of it off, and trying to get your shirt or whatever, something up over your nose. But what would you like to do otherwise?
I'm going to do I see any of these people approaching as well, or is that that's out of view for me? What's that?
You can give me an observation.
Okay. All right. Observation.
Intelligence and observation.
Okay, thank you. Ooh, yep. I got an 8 on one of the dice. Oh, you're muted.
You can't really see the ones that Creep and Eric are dealing with right now, because the van's kind of there and then there's the HVC and all that. But as you kind of scan the area, you do notice, you hear sounds that tells you there's probably someone on the other side, but then you see someone kind of strange arriving there on the 2nd floor. And I will give you here a little image of who this person is. You see someone wearing one of those old-timey plague doctor masks, but it's definitely kind of higher tech. It's got a built-in gas mask to it. It's got readings coming up in the eye, so you can tell that there's some sort of aiming devices and whatnot. It's a woman, and she's dressed in like this black combat suit. She comes down a cable up in the corner there. And you can see that there's a couple of other Goombas coming down also over there.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna wipe my eyes and look and see this happening. I'm gonna grab onto Horvath and be like, dude, we got to get the fuck out of here. This is getting a little too hot. And I'm gonna start just kind of guiding him as he's recovering from the gas towards the nearest exit from the space.
So if you're scanning and looking for an exit, you see a couple options. So you know from when you came in, you would come in through here down at the bottom, the southeast.
Mm-hmm.
You'd come in through there. There's another exit here that you had seen. And the only other thing that you saw that could potentially be an exit, I mean, you could climb, you could try climbing pretty much anywhere around here. You could try climbing up, but then you'd be kind of exposed. The only other thing that you saw was a entrance to an underground parking garage that's just over here.
Sorry, where?
I see the pointer on the map. You don't see my pointer?
I don't
It might
see
be
it.
under where our
Yeah, I don't
pointer
see it.
list is. You do it one more time, Blake.
See my pointer?
There
Oh,
we go.
there we go.
There we go.
Oh, there. Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Over here.
All right. Well, in that case, not seeing an exit immediately adjacent, I'm going to grab Horvath, like I said, but instead I'm going to pull him back around to the backside of this truck. And I'm going to look at the cops and be like, these friends of yours, they don't look happy to see us.
So we
No
can
one
step
we
out of
know.
initiative here for a second if you want to have a little discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not with us.
They're blocking all the exits. It looks like maybe they'll walk right past us.
Is this how it is in this town all the time?
Pretty much.
Oh, shoot.
Where are you from?
I'm from out east. You know, in Midwest area. It's not, it's a different town, a different
That's
place.
the accent. I can, yeah, it's Midwest.
Yeah.
What
Gentlemen,
the
can we
fuck is
stay on
going
task?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't want to get shot. I already coughed up by half my lung.
All they threw were gas canisters. Maybe they don't want to. I mean, maybe they're not going to shoot. Maybe I could try to parlay with them.
Yeah, if you want to get yourself killed.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds pretty not a good idea there, my friend. You never answered my question, by the way. What's your take on cheese?
This is not the time.
No, it's important. I promise, Nora. I promise. I promise.
What
The
what
fuck
kind?
is this guy?
Well, you tell me there, Chief.
Well, I love Swiss. It's got a lot of holes in it.
Okay, this
And
guy's
on
not,
that
this guy's
bombshell-
not from Wisconsin. It doesn't matter.
On that bombshell of a lot of holes in it, the sound of automatic fire starts to rip through the air as some of the guys that are coming up underneath you have spotted you and heard your chit-chattering and have opened up with their automatic weapons. Right now, the bullets are just hitting the conduits, the media van, the buildings all around you. The bullets are ricocheting everywhere, but they're advancing and moving in with their guns.
All right, Bleak, can I use my action to attack then?
You can. When you take a quick look at them, you do see that they seem to be wearing body armor and have automatic weapons. Just saying. You do what you want with that information.
I'm going to throw a grenade. Fuck
Go for
this. And I'm going to pull the pin and huck it.
Where do you want to throw it?
I'm going to throw it at the I think I'm going to step back out and I'm going to pitch it at the plague doctor.
All right, go for it. So you're throwing it in that corner. Give
Yep.
me a agility and we'll call it a firearms since you're kind of trying to aim to throw something.
Okay.
I feel like as soon as you pull that grenade out, Nora's like, "Oh, you weren't up to no good up here." Like just lifts an eyebrow at you.
I'm gonna pull the pin. I rolled a 10 on a d12. I'm gonna pull the pin and I'm gonna huck it, and then at the same time I'm gonna look back and say, I'm about to save your fucking lives.
The grenade flies off, hits in the corner there. The plague doctor sees it and kind of dives forward. The explosion goes off in the corner, and when it does, and I will put this here, a thingy down.
Oh my god.
Wow. Oh, my
Yes.
Nice call.
The
Zed's
grenade hits,
happy.
and there must have been something there because the explosion is way more than you could have expected. The grenade goes off, and then you see a bunch of old barrels that are there just kind of take off with it, blow up into the air. There's this huge conflagration. Fire starts climbing up the side of that building. Like I was saying, the dude in the mask kind of tried to get out of it, gets caught in the blast, flies off a little bit. He's smoking. The other two guys got completely smoked. These two kind of take some cover, and now they're really kind of, trying to get their aim on. You can definitely hear that there's more of them coming. The conflagration has had the good fortune of blowing out a lot of the gas also,
Oh, sweet.
which is leaving the center area sort of free. Now you got a couple of guys coming in. You can tell that there's some more guys up on the roof over there. What would you like to do? So let's go. Let's continue. So that was at 2 for Dave. Let's go at 3 for Crombie and Eric.
Yeah. Eric, would you like to go first?
You can also hold your action if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So, Bleak, could you give us just a sense? Like, is this still a flaming apocalypse over by where the grenade went off, or was it kind of a one and done?
No, there's fire.
Okay, so they're kind of distracted. Is it safe
Yeah,
to assume?
absolutely.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. I think there's stairs over here, you guys. How far can we move?
You could go almost anywhere else. So you can definitely get to anywhere into the middle of the map.
Can I go down there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm like, come on, come on.
When you get down there, Eric, the first thing you notice is you see there are vents down there, maintenance hatches. One of them has a padlock on it, but it looks like there's a set of like a ladder or whatnot that would go down.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna yell out, "Follow me! It's safer down here."
Crombie, do you want to take your action at 3?
Yeah, I think I'll turn to Zed and say, I don't think these guys are trouble. I think they're good. You got to trust me. And I think he will follow this officer who I don't think he knows the name of yet down into the pit.
Novak.
Yeah, I don't know if I introduced myself to them though.
No. So you get down there and you see that he's trying to break open this lock to like some sort of maintenance hatch. It looks like it's got a ladder that goes down. Creep at 4. Bullets are coming in.
I'm
That
gonna
duck
talk
is getting
muted.
ripped to shred.
I'm gonna run out and follow my partner down. You said he's working on a hatch right now, try and open.
Yeah.
I'm gonna aid him in that.
No problem. When you get down there, go ahead and give me a strength and force roll, and you can add. Eric, what's your biggest die in strength and force?
My biggest die in strength and force. Hold on a second. Let me look.
Could I use my baton?
D8.
So you can add a D8 for
Please use
Eric's
your
thing, and then you
baton.
can add an advantage for the baton, which will give you your smallest die again to add on top of that.
Okay, cool. An 8.
That's a good. All right. So you get in there, you put the baton in, and with Novak's help, you manage to rip it out. It's kind of rusted, and so it kind of shatters almost right away. And you can open the grate, and you see there's an inch and a half, and there's a small tunnel that leads away from this thing down there. Probably links up to the sewers or something like that.
She's gonna stand outside, kind of like helping usher everybody else into this hatch.
Back around the top at 2, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna follow my friend, thinking in my mind, last time I trusted this bastard. I ended up visiting his grandmother for 4 hours. Fuck. And he's gonna run And when he gets right here, he's going to pull his other grenade, which is a flashbang, and he's going to throw it over towards where the gunfire was coming from and then duck down and slide down the stairs.
Excellent. You get down there. Everyone give me a observation and intelligence roll.
Oh, wow.
Goose egg.
2 successes. I got a 9 and a 6.
What's up,
Got
Phoenix?
an 8, 1 success.
I had a D12 and a D10, and I got a 2 and a 3.
Doing well.
Doing great.
Dave?
I got goose egg, no successes. Yep.
Eric, as you're finishing breaking off this thing, and you're kind of standing back, pretty happy with your brave action and that, you notice that one of the guys that got blown up here, his body is kind of like hanging there. And one of the things that you notice, of course, he's got an automatic weapon, but he's also on the ground got like a satchel that's kind of flopped down and is kind of open. And it's got like a bunch of stuff, and you can clearly see a piece of communication gear in there. And there's something inside of you, that old cop, gut feeling that tells you that probably a good idea to grab that.
Okay, first I'm 32. I'm not an old cop, but anyway, I'm gonna make a beeline for that bag, and I'm gonna see if I can get that bag and grab it and bring it back.
All right, you gonna grab the rifle?
Yeah, I'll get both if I can.
All right. And you can give Kentucky Fried Creature thanks for this, as this will be your
It's our stash.
your
Guns!
Thank you.
Thanks,
So-
creature.
In a moment I will tell you what's in there, but you grab that and you grab the rifle, and you come back, and a lot of you get down into that pit, and you can hear more gunfire as more guys are coming in. You close that grate sort of behind you. You follow the tunnel. Eventually you get to what looks like an access door. It says no access, but you're like, fuck this noise. But it is locked. The lock is one of those maglock things where you either have to provide a code or some sort of bio readout. It could conceivably be hacked if someone's got, skills and electronics toolkit or something.
You got another one of them bombs?
Fresh out, afraid. How about you hand me that rifle and I can be of use?
Well, I think I might be able to take a handle at this if maybe an electronics toolkit could do the trick here.
Yeah.
And
So
I'll hold the rifle now, sir.
Are you going to give me some sort of a weapon? There's more of them coming, old man.
I look to Nora.
I promise I won't shoot a cop.
Does Chuck have a handgun on him?
I assume so. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have Eric. You have in fact, Eric. I think you have a 357 Magnum and an assault rifle.
Oh yeah, I have an assault rifle and
Yeah.
a 357 Magnum. I'm gonna like hold the gun, like the big gun, as if I don't know. Should I give this to him? Because I've got an assault rifle already.
Right
Officer
now,
Novak, please give me that weapon.
you have a.
I have a subcompact and a baton. Yeah.
All right, I hand it to Nora 7.
I'm gonna take my subcompact and I'm gonna hand it to Zed. Do you know how to use one of these things?
He fucking cocks it. Chamber Lordy is like, I think I can handle myself. These your friends, or is this private security? What the hell are we up against? And he
They
gets
could be
down.
revolutionaries too, sir.
I'm not sure who these men are, but they're
They're not what they
probably
lie.
currently-
You think you can call up to like your HQ or something and figure out like do some actual cop work here?
Once we're
That's-
secured.
Crombie, you're taking a look at this lock. Give me a Comtech roll, and you can add, since you have the electronics toolkit, you can add your smallest die again on top of that. You each have an advantage, by the way, that I believe Kurt bought for everyone earlier. So each of you have an advantage whenever you want to use it. You can do that.
Thanks, Kurt.
Yes, thank you. I think as Horvath goes about this, he clocked the name and is just kind of asking into the thin air, Officer Novak, officer, is that a surname or forename? And he will roll. Got 1, 6, and a 10 on the die.
All right. So with 2 successes, so that's pretty good. You manage to crack the thing open, hook into it, pull out some tools. In a moment, you've got it. A little light turns green. The door unlocks. You manage to pull it open. You find yourselves in what looks like a parking garage. As you enter the parking garage, you can hear alarms are going off, fire alarms and whatnot going off in the building as you enter the parking garage. And you hear, warning, all citizens must remain inside. Warning, all citizens must remain inside. Lockdown in progress. And as you step into the garage down here, you start hearing stong, 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 as the building apparently is going on lockdown. But you are now, for the moment, safe and secure inside this parking garage.
Officer is not a name, sir. It's Charles. Charles Novak.
Charles Novak. Nice to
And
meet
this
you.
is my partner, Nora Seven.
Nora 7. 7's the surname?
She just stares at you.
7's our
then-
lucky number.
She's gonna hit the speaker on her shoulder. Grabowski, do you read me?
So before Grabowski answers or doesn't, Dave, is that a second weapon stash from Vamp? We got one from him and one from Kentucky Fried Creature, I believe.
Yeah, and then Vamp gave us a weapon stash as
Also,
well.
all right. So you got two of them. So you got the one from Kentucky Fried Creature right now.
Yep.
All right. So whilst you deal with this, I'll tell you sort of what's in there. But you got one assault rifle that you know already. So you pick up your radio, and as you're you try calling Grabowski, and it's kind of crackly, and it's hard to tell. You're down in the basement. There's a lot of cement surrounding you, but he's kind of coming. It's like you can hear him like yell. You can hear a lot of chatter on the thing. Eventually, you manage to grab his attention. It's like, yeah, Norris, report. Where are you at? What's going on?
She's gonna relay to him her position currently. We also have 2 men with us. We found them on the roof.
We got reports of detonations and gunfire in that area. A fire also. Some of the buildings are going on lockdown. Can you confirm all of these?
Can confirm, sir.
All right. What's your current situation?
We're inside the building. Sounds like we're locked in here, sir.
And you have 2 prisoners with you?
We have 2 gentlemen we found on the roof as we were clearing the area, sir.
All
Yeah,
right.
sir, this is Officer Novak here backing up Nora 7, and you should probably know that the perps that were responsible for the malfeasance one was dressed like a old-timey plague doctor with the mask with the beak, with a gas mask built in. We blew him up pretty good, but there's like at least 5 or 6 of them. Some kind of armed
Nora,
force, sir.
Can you shut him up, Nora? Hold on. I'm getting a report here.
She just like shoots a glare at you.
What? It's germane to the investigation.
All right, we're getting some sort of report. I'm feeding it to your KIA, and on your little portable computer thing, this thing starts to come out, and there's a video that plays up. And
Yeah, she pulls that out and is watching as he's saying this to her.
I'm checking to see if it's sent to my KIA as well.
yeah, it would be.
Oh, good. Okay. A little sigh of relief inside.
When you look at the KIA, you see a person wearing some sort of like white wolf mask and wearing armor, and they're talking at the camera, and they are saying, "We are Calamity. The ongoing conflict between humans and replicants is of no importance. All are equally worthless, and this planet can only truly heal once all have been eradicated. We are the 4, the apocalypse. We are Calamity, and we've come for everyone." And then it kind of breaks down a little bit, and it comes back, and you see a mound of explosives just sort of stashed up on this table somewhere. And the voice keeps going, "Cruelty as a human heart, and jealousy a human face. Terror, the human form divine, and secrecy, the human dress. The human dress is forged iron, the human form a fiery forge, the human face a furnace sealed, the human heart its hungry gorge. Fire rains from the heavens tonight, consuming all, and thus the world shall be reborn. We believe, we are calamity, and this is year 0. And as that finishes rolling on your thing, you're getting a bunch of other reports from Grabowski. He's popping up these images of these 4 people. He's like, all right, Calamity, what we've got so far look like they're a splinter group from the Replicant Underground. They split up not too long ago, apparently because their methods, they felt the Replicant Underground was being too lax. We have no data on any of them. There's 4 of them. Sending you everything we have. Look, the best thing you can do is to get your civilians and try to get out of that building and rejoin the rest of the group. I mean, try to get the civilians out, but maybe you want to stash them somewhere. I don't know if they get in your way. But just try to get out of that building and give me a call when you manage.
Copy, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And thanks to Duff, you all have another advantage. So each of you have noticed 2 advantages.
Thanks, Duff.
Thanks, Duff.
And thanks,
Thank
Duff.
you,
And
thank
Bleak
you.
also just shouting out to Phantom NJ who donated $75. Phantom, do you want that to have some implications in the game? Let me know.
Thanks so much,
Thank
Phantom.
you very much.
Thanks, Rob. So before we move on, let's just take a quick bit of information here. The stuff that you find in that first stash that you got. You would find. So you have the assault rifle.
Mm-hmm.
You will find 1 undershirt armor. That will give you a D10 armor to someone. You find a bunch of zip ties. You find a multi-tool bracer. Find a baton. And you find four glue medical adhesives, 4 Soviet happy pills, and 2 instant fix. Sure, healing thingamabobbers.
I'm gonna quick grab a baton.
What are the rules for the drugs, the happy pills and the InstaFix? I don't see them on the rules tab.
Yeah, I'll tell you in a sec.
Phoenix Iwaki just revealed our $4,000 milestone, which I forgot that we talked about this, Phoenix. It is, if we reach $4,000, there will be a school uniform cosplay one-shot of Kaiju Girls from the creator of Honey Heist. I'm gonna need some help with my cosplay.
That's you and John.
Yeah.
That's you and John, right?
Yeah, I'm just one-on-one.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
we want this, people. I don't know if you know this.
If we go to $4,001, then we can erase all of that.
Start brushing up on your Japanese.
So if you look at
Konnichiwa.
if you look at the tab critical table, there is a table there called medical services, stimulants, and pharmaceuticals, and it tells you what the glue medical
Okay, excellent.
and all that does. I'll say you also found a surgeon's field kit in the kit.
Damn.
All right, so the baton was grabbed by Dave, who's taken, if anyone, the armor.
Horvath's got undershirt armor already, so he's good.
Yeah, I already have Securitech armor. I imagine that's better, or no?
Does armor stack?
No, it does not.
I'm assuming my armored jacket is better than the undershirt armor,
What does your armor
or
say?
the same. It's armor C.
Yeah, it's the same. Dave, what are you wearing?
Yeah.
I have a police undershirt armor already.
All right, so then it's a police heavy duty street gear, so it'll be 1 die, but it'll be a B, so it'll be a D10 instead of the D6.
How
Yeah,
much instant fix did we get?
It'll be a D12 armor. You got 2 instant fix.
Oh, never mind. My bad.
Okay, well, I'm going to immediately eat the 2 instant fix that I started with to bring my health back up to max at 5.
All right, you can only do that once per shift, so you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
so I can, okay, so then I'll only heal 1. What is a shift? What does that mean?
So shift's about 6 hours. So you're probably gonna go through 2 shifts in this thing, but I'll probably
Okay, well, I'm going to pop one of those pills.
not a problem.
And then I guess if I'm only ever going to probably figure I'll benefit from one other, I don't need another one. I look at the 2 civilians and I say, what kind of medicine do you have?
Oh, I've got a few adhesives, a couple of Soviet happy pills, an instant fix.
You have an instant fix? You have 1 instant fix?
Yeah.
How about you? How much you got? Hey, by the way, what's your name? I know this guy's name is Horvath, but who are you?
You can call me Zed. I got a couple farmies. I got some Soviets and an instant fix.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give each of you an extra instant fix. Okay?
Oh, are ya?
Hey, I feel like there's some mocking going on. Now, we're all friends
Apologies.
I'm
here, right?
not from here, okay? Not yet. Give me some time. I'll acclimate, I'm sure. But here's the thing you gotta understand. I'm real sympathetic to all the cause that y'all are here gathering for. I'm no enemy of replicants. You know, I've worked with replicants before. Let's just put it that way. And so understand. You gotta understand. I already took an instant fix for myself because I caught a breath of that sweet crap coming out of that grenade up there. And I'm giving you all the extra you have more instant fixes than I do. Okay? So you can take your lip and you can take your discrimination against people from other places and you can shove it up your butt. Because I am a generous person and you should think more highly of law enforcement. Okay?
Wow, you know what?
Yeah.
I feel like you've convinced me with
Good.
that
All right,
speech
cool.
right there.
Thank you, Zed. Cool. Awesome. So
Yeah.
now we're on the
Yeah, so where are you
same
from?
page. I'm from out east, in
Oh.
different jurisdiction.
And are all the cops corrupt there too?
So while those two are bickering, Nora, you're trying to figure a way out of here. Now you know you can go up that ramp and try to get out. If the building's on lockdown, it's probably going to be a pain in the ass to try and actually get out of the building. But getting up to their floor would probably be.
Yeah, she's while they're all talking, she's got that rifle out now. And she's kind of scouting the area, looking for any way into the building to maybe move down and to the street level out.
Yeah, so you can. There's an emergency stairwell that's just up north there. That you
Okay.
can go up, and again, it might not let you out necessarily onto the street, but at least it will get you out of the parking lot and on the higher floor.
Oh yeah, because we're underground. This is like an underground parking. Yeah. Okay. So she'd be wanting to move up. Yeah, she's gonna go over there and take a peek into that stairwell and see what she sees before she says anything to anybody.
It's really quiet right now. There's the green strobing emergency light. People basically have been locked into their apartments because the place is on lockdown. This looks like one of the older buildings, so you would assume that it's probably residential for a few hundred floors, and then there might be something new on top of it, but you don't know the building, so you know what it is. But you figure if you go up a couple floors, you'll probably at least be on ground floor and maybe find a security office or whatever, something like that might allow you to get out.
She's gonna look back to the group. Officer Novak, I believe we have a job to do. I found a stairwell. Let's progress forward, find a way out onto the street, please.
Yeah, okay, sure thing. You too, come with us.
As you move towards the stairwell, Eric, the thing you picked up in the bag, the communication piece of
Oh
gear,
yeah.
it beeps.
Am I familiar with how it is? It like
Yeah, so it would be kind of like a a sort of BlackBerry kind of thing where it's like a partially a computer but also a communication device. But when you look at it, it says message incoming, but then it's also secured, like it's got a passcode or it's got a biometric or something like that.
If you need help with that, my buddy Horvath is a bit of a techie.
Okay, I'm gonna hand it to Horvath. We seem to
Oh.
be getting a cod. It'd be good if we could take that.
Absolutely. I'd be happy to help. How could Horvath go about?
So when you
doing that?
grab it, first of all, you get a little bit of a chubby because this is like super advanced tech, super advanced. Like the stuff that's coming out in a couple of years, and that's like not even that. Like it's beyond that. This is fucking hardcore Wallace Corp tech, like super cutting edge. Go ahead and give me ye old Comtech roll. You do have the electronic kit, so you can add to that. You also have 2 advantages again that you can use whenever you feel like it.
Perfect. I'll as that's being handed to me, I'm like, and I notice it. I'm like, whoa! Use both hands when you're holding something like that. This is crazy. This is expensive.
I look at Zed and I'm just like, it's just a phone.
I got a 7 and a 6.
All right, that's good. Couple of successes. So you managed to fiddle with it. You remember seeing another thing kind of like it, and you know that if you put enough pressure right on the right corner, the top casing pops out, and then you can fiddle with the thing. So, anyways, you managed to do it. When you open it up, there's only one message in it, and it says pest report, and then it's signed by Tyrant, and that's the only thing. And it came in like 3 minutes ago, maybe. You do also notice that there's something else that's been downloaded. So there's almost nothing on this phone. There's this message that just came in, and then there's something else that's all it says. It says year 0 on it, and it's like a file.
I mean, I gotta know what's on that file. Can I click on it to open it?
You click on it, and you get a bunch of things that start downloading. The first thing you get is what looks kind of like maybe a schedule or something like that, or like directions or orders. It reads as per follows, and I'll copy it into the spreadsheet in a minute. It says pest, Mega Block 17 HVAC. Then you get access codes and plans to the entire HVAC for this building. And then it says access from courtyard and back. Then it says hunger, residential block C, level 63. And then you get structural engineering plans of that floor. Havoc, Inferno Club, level 128, target Sierra 4. And then Tyrant, rooftop, level 196.
Okay. I'll share this with the group as we're walking up the ramp toward Officer Nora 7, and say it looks like there's some plans on here and maybe some targets. Also, a Tyrant wants to know where a pest is. They want a report. Horvath will look over to Zed. What do you think I should? How do you think I should report back? Should I report back as pest? Should I say, oh, sorry?
I pasted
Tyrant.
the information on the stuff tab, by the way, in the spreadsheet.
Cool, thank you.
Tyrant is the one that sent you the message, right, officer?
Well,
Wasn't
yeah,
that
he must
from
be
Tyrant?
the leader. And I'll tell you what, I think pest is short for pestilence. And I think these guys fancy themselves the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. We still read the Bible where I come from.
So does that ring any bells? You guys know who these?
You can
These
go
guys
ahead.
are.
Anyone wants, you can go ahead and give me a empathy and insight check.
Oh, I'm good at that.
Yeah, I think Horvath will do that.
Well, fails all around for me.
Not for
too.
me. Yep, fail.
Fail,
That is
fail.
1 success for Horvath, just 1 6.
Horvath, you've now that you mentioned it, because you keep up to you go on 4chan and on the dark web, like
Yeah,
all
yeah.
those,
I got my
those-
normal cycle.
exactly. And you keep up with chatter about the underground, the replicant underground, and all these things. And you remember seeing something at some point, some people talking about this fact that there was this group that was splintering off from the replicant underground. They were called themselves Havoc at that point. You get the feeling that someone took the name and they took Calamity as the name of the group. But they were talking about next level stuff, like the fact that it wasn't about protecting the replicant rights or anything else. It was about just eradicating everything, just clearing the entire face of the planet off the human race so that the earth could heal and start over, like really kind of hardcore stuff. And a lot of people were distancing themselves from them, but there was some chatter around for a while. And that there was specifically 4 people. You don't know who they were, but there's 4 people that were kicked out of the replicant underground, and well, it could possibly be them.
I'll share with the group. Yeah, I remember there was this this quartet back on the forums, but they went by the name of Havoc back then. Maybe it's related. I guess it probably would be, right? 4 and 4.
Have you been on restricted parts of the internet, sir?
No. No. I would never.
Okay.
He's lying.
So, what's the play here? I mean, we're not getting out of this place down here. So, what do we go up?
We
Are
go
they
up.
gonna come in through the air ducts in this building? Is that what we gathered from the info?
Well, so all right. So go ahead, and everyone, as you're climbing up, I'm assuming you're climbing up the stairs, being careful, going up to the next floor. Everyone can go ahead and give me your choice of intelligence and observation, or empathy and insight roll, and tell me what you guys. You're kind of trying to sort out what maybe is going on.
Sorry, empathy, intelligence, or I mean,
Empathy,
insight.
and insight, or intelligence and observation.
Oh yeah.
Going
Terrible.
for
No successes
Oh.
for me.
I got
I'm
one
just
success.
A dumb cop.
empathy and insight. I rolled an 11 on 1 die.
All right, so that's a critical success. So since you're the brains of the operation, as you're going up, you're starting to look at the information that you got. The fact that they're going to access the HVAC, the fact that they got structural engineering plans. That by looking at the plans and just your sort of knowledge of these kinds of things, that these old buildings that were built up to a certain level and then built on top and on the side, the last floor that used to be the roof becomes one of the reinforced floors that is crucial to the structural integrity of the place. So if someone wanted to, say, bring down a building, that's probably where they would put explosives, because it would just collapse. Basically, the top part of the building would just collapse down on the bottom part and just pancake everything down without having to destroy an entire city block. There appears to be a club on level 128. There's a target there, Sierra 4. So Denora 7, Sierra 4 means it's a replicant. Sierra Mark, and the 4th one of that line. And then apparently something went on a rooftop at level 196. But you're starting to put that and that together, and you're starting to think that there's probably some sort of plan to do something terrible to this building. And that there's at least 196 floors. Several hundred of them are residential floors.
I think that it's good that you're here, Officer Nora. I don't know if I know you don't remember me. We probably don't have time for this. I remember you pulling some people out of a car. And I know that you are a hero. And I think that that's what we need today. Just looking at this, putting a couple of things together, I'm pretty sure that they're going to try to bring this whole building down. Probably from rooftop 196.
No, you would think not from rooftop. You think from level 6, from floor 63, which
63
was originally the roof of this building, but has
Gotcha.
now become the fulcrum point between the old part and the new part.
Perfect. My apologies. 63. Rooftop 63 here, or floor 63 now. And he'll explain it was probably the rooftop before, and then they reinforced it, and then they built up, and I think we have to move quick.
I believe you're right. Horvath, it was.
Neville Horvath, and he'll extend his hand for a
I
handshake.
knew it wasn't you.
She returns the handshake.
I'm gonna show him my screen thing with the serial killer, and I'm like, you got to come up with a better alias than Horvath. Horvath, man, this is gonna get you in big trouble.
Oh my god! You thought that guy looked like me?
Well, it's a low resolution picture. It's hard to say.
He's got shark teeth.
You know what? Back my old captain, he'd say, "Close enough
Officer
for
Novak.
cop work. Close enough for cop work." Yeah,
Officer
Nora
Novak,
7, yeah,
now
yeah.
is not the time. We need to be moving.
Okay.
Zed
yeah.
is already moving up the stairs at this point.
Should we relay what we've learned about the plans to our superior officer there, Grabowski? Or do you think maybe they're monitoring our comms?
Anything's possible at this point, officer.
I'll relay the plans to Officer Grabowski. Unless you would like to.
Would you mind? I don't think we got off on the right foot, and it might help me a little bit if I could be the one to, tell him the plan.
Officer Novak, are you capable of walking and talking at the same time?
I mean, of course.
Very well
course.
then, let's go. Start talking.
All right,
She's
okay.
gonna move forward up the
I
stairs.
push my button and I say, Sir, Mr. Grabowski, sir, gotta tell you about what we learned here. The plans.
What you got? Nora. Sausage. What's that? Who's
Okay, I'm just gonna relay the plans. I don't know if you can hear or not, but on the off chance that you can, and then I'm just gonna repeat the whole thing.
No circums.
Okay, and then they're gonna go after somebody by the name of something on the club level. What's her? Oh, I got it right here. Well, hold on. Anyway. I don't
Sierra 4. It's Sierra 4. Let's
look
go.
Out. It's Sierra 4. They're going for someone named Sierra 4 on the club level.
She's gonna look to the two civilians like, do you see what I'm working with here?
As that's going on, and as the communication is kind of breaking down and it's going back and forth, and you're climbing up, I'm going to ask everyone to give me a stress test, actually, because it's been pretty stressful and there's been a lot of stuff sort of going on. Go ahead and give me an insight roll. So you roll just your insight die. Sorry, not just your insight, but your insight and your empathy.
I'm gonna use one of my advantages for that. So do I
Oh
roll
my
twice?
You add the lowest dice that you have.
Okay.
But hold
So-
on, let me
so-
double check, because I think that, yeah, replicants suffer stress also. So you're good to go.
So one extra of the lowest dice.
Yeah.
Okay. Success.
One success?
Skin of my teeth. One.
Eric?
I got a 6 and an 8.
All right, that's pretty good. Crombie?
9 and a 12.
Well, that's excellent. And Dave?
I got a 1 and a 1.
Snake eyes.
That's good, right?
I think so.
That's excellent. So you're actually feeling a little bit of stress, Nora. You take 1 point of stress, which means you lose 1 point of resolve. Dave, you lose 2 points of resolve.
Okay.
Right. So you can get back some resolve by my eye burn like I'm like creep now. I got my eyes burning and it won't stop.
Don't cry,
That's
Bleak.
okay
Don't
if you need to
cry.
cry.
So
Get this man a tissue.
You can get back some, so you can relieve some distress by engaging with your memento when you have a moment. But right now, you arrive at the ground floor and you see clearly marked next to a door, ground floor, and then an arrow that points up the rest of the stairs that says 2 upper floors.
That's
What
a
do you
lot
do?
of fucking stairs, guys. Can we find an elevator?
Please, God, I cannot run anymore today.
Is the power on generally within the building?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
If it's on lockdown, you know that the power would be minimized, and there are some things that may or may not work. But it's entirely possible that the elevators would still work. You could go and check that out if you want.
Well, as much as I think these West Coasters are soft and should be able to walk 192 floors, I do think it's somewhat reasonable to look for an elevator first.
Yeah, Nora would agree with that.
Yeah.
You go out into the lobby. The lobby is very quiet. It's very eerie. There's just those flashing lights. There's no one around. There's like metal grates that have dropped down in front of all the doors and the windows. So there wouldn't be really an egress at this point anyways. You look around through the lobby and you eventually find two old rickety ass elevators that serve the bottom few floors. Now it's going to go up to floor 50. You're going to have to hoof it a few floors after, but it will definitely get you a good part of the way if you want to get in that tiny, cramped, old ass elevator and go up.
I think we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
climb aboard the elevator. There's graffiti all over the inside. The green light is flashing. As the doors close, you see a sign that was taped on the door, and you didn't see it because the doors were open. But as the doors close, you see the sign now, and it says "Do not use in repairs." And then the doors close, and that's when I'm going to go and break, my friends.
Wow.
We will take a few moments here before your untimely death at the hands of the elevator boss, which was a real thing.
It's
in
an
World of
elevator mimic.
That's right.
My friends, thank you so much. Thanks to all the donations. We're up to $3,620.69. So we're getting there. We're climbing
Scottish
there.
Jeff.
We are 100. We are. Oh, it just went up to 600. and
Scottish
30,
Jeff just
30.
came in with a stress relief for Zed. Thank you.
Excellent.
He's going to be the hero and round it up to the nearest dollar.
So you get to shed those two stress, my friend.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you,
Is that
Jeff.
69 cents stressing you out, Eric?
He's got to deal with these three.
No.
He likes
No,
round
fine.
numbers. What are you
I
gonna do?
like round numbers.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like numbers like my asses. Round.
Oh,
That's
that
right.
sweet?
$370 to go. Creep's ass is round, and Eric Mona is killing it as always. Mona, thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We will
It's
go on
my
break,
pleasure.
discussion about cheese, and we will return in a few minutes. Thanks for the donations. We'll see you in a short while. Hey, we're back, bringing the roof down on this place. It's just me and a whole bunch of Minnesotans here. I feel like I'm in a episode of Fargo. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We are having a good time here watching Eric. We're watching the Eric show, basically, and it's always a good time whenever Eric shows up because He puts on a masterful performance. Eric doesn't crawl out of his cave very often, but when he does, he fucking levels the playing field.
Well.
That's why he just comes out there and he just, takes command, and well, that's why we keep inviting him back.
I want to know the theme song to Eric's show.
Oh boy. Let me think
Would
about
have a
that.
lot of glockenspiel, I feel.
I like that.
Instead of tiny
By
breadsticks,
Goblin.
And tiny breadsticks by Goblin. Beautiful.
Mhm.
Love it.
glockenspiel by God. My friends, you are trying to head up to the 63rd floor of this building because you expect that perhaps these miscreants have put up some explosive men to bring the building down. You know that there's residential floors all the way up there, and then there's commercial floors and more residential floors up there. So you have made the absolutely brilliant decision to get into this tiny ass elevator. If you want to look at the map,
That is fucking cool.
It's very cool.
That is
It's
really
very cool.
cool.
Wow.
you get into this elevator, and as the doors close, you see the sticker that was on the inside that says closed for repairs. You get in, the doors close, and then nothing happens for a while. And then eventually you feel kind of like a jolt, and then another jolt. And then it starts going down a little bit, and then it stops abruptly.
What the hell?
And then it starts going up, and on the first floor it stops and the doors open. And then they close again. And then slowly it starts coming up. And as it starts coming up, the lights flicker, then the speaker kind of crackles, and then you hear dun, 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 dun. Girl from Ipanema goes walking.
It's a good
And
song.
you start the long, slow, laborious climb up to the 63rd floor. You realize you're doing about a floor a minute. At some point you get tired and annoyed, so you just hit the stop button and figure, fuck it, we'll just walk, but it doesn't stop. In fact, it slows down a little bit, and then it goes down one floor, and then it comes back up. So as this elevator is slowly, with this grinding noise and this sound occasionally of like a metal cable whipping out and banging because it's kind of loose, you're going up to the 63rd floor. You have a few moments to yourself there if you want to try to shed some of your stress, or maybe you need to check your weapons or whatever, but you have a few moments here to yourselves. What would you like to do?
Yeah. Nora, feeling quite stressed out, is going to have a smoke.
As you strike the match and light your cigarette, you see your reflection. That's the light from your match lights you up, and you see a reflection in the glass panel next to the door. What do you see as you look at yourself in there and try to just calm down and ignore these three clowns you're stuck in an elevator with?
I see a woman of average height. She's slim, but with an athletic build. She has long, dark hair. That it looks like she takes very good care of it. Her face is not too hard, not too soft, but definitely stern in her appearance. I think the most striking thing about Nora is a set of hauntingly gray eyes that peer back to her in the mirror.
And as you puff on your cigarette and sort of tune out and let these three yammer on, you find your stress ebbing and flowing out of you and just going away. Meanwhile, while Nora is standing in a corner, pointedly ignoring the three of you, What are the rest of you doing?
Zed is fidgeting a bit, looking back and forth to the three companions, and just kind of sighs and says, well, given the fact that we all might get into some serious shit here together, and the fact that we don't know each other, and I apologize, officer, that we got off onto the wrong foot earlier, but I gotta say, I'm pretty curious what unit the two of you roll with. I've had a few run-ins with L.A.P.D. over the years. There's no reason to hide that, but I've never seen a pairing quite so peculiar before. Where do you guys work? What's the unit?
Right here on the badge, sir. It's Unit 332. There's nothing real special about what we do. We are assigned to various spots around the town that might be troublesome, often events of a potential political nature. And, we're brought in because we have certain expertise, you might say.
Oh, so you're not parking cops.
Oh, no. No, that's ticket enforcement, and that's a totally different division. They're not allowed to wear plain clothes. That's one major difference. And actually, once he says plain clothes, you're actually a little surprised, and you realize like he's wearing this like tailored dark navy blue like members only type jacket with all these like this like epaulettes on it. Like it's the least like undercover. It looks like a policeman uniform.
Janet Jackson and Rhythm Nation.
Now you're like, oh, he bought it at like Urban Outfitters or whatever. But yeah, and he's like, yeah, parking enforcement. You'd never see them dressed like civilians like us.
So what were you looking for at this event? Because like I know that, at least I've heard that sometimes y'all are pulled in to protect the corporatocracy a bit. People are fighting out there for their goddamn lives. Where you stand on that?
I'm gonna defer to Nora here for a second.
Muted.
I was muted again. She kind of wakes up from her trance and looks over at Zed. We're here to keep order in this chaos.
Yeah, you've said that a few times, and I don't debate that, but there's been all kinds of murders going on in town, yet no one's been able to do a damn thing. The replicant uprising is trying to make a statement about, fuck it, it's not worth it.
No, please understand, Zed. We're not, well, I can't speak for both of us, but I'm not against replicant rights. I think replicants are, heck, they are people. And, my old partner was a replicant, Francine 3 was her name. And she looked just like a lady. Oh boy, did she look like a lady. And, God darn it, but after working so close with her over the years, at first I was like, she's got weird taste in food. Okay, that's fine. And she's like real particular about the way that she goes about her things. But I'll tell you what, you sit in a car with someone for 300, 400 days in a row, and those little peculiarities, they start to become endearing. And God darn it, after a few years, me and Francine 3, we was thick as thieves, and we was like closer than our boss maybe would have wanted, if you catch what I'm trying to say. And, there was...
Let me stop you right there. The point I think you're trying to make is that you've got some sympathy for the movement, which is good, but yet
Yeah.
There hasn't been anything done about it.
Well,
Look,
I've been
maybe
here for 38 days. Sir,
I like you.
know?
I like you. Maybe if we
Oh,
can
good.
if we get out of this thing, maybe we can do something to change that.
Well, the first thing, honestly, Zed, that we can change is our perspective. It's when we get out of here. It's not if. We're going to get out of here just fine. As long as we got each other's backs and we trust each other. That's how Francine 3 and I used to go about things. She always looked out for everybody. Human, replicant, it didn't matter to her.
Hey, look. Tell you what. Novak, is it?
Yeah, Charles Novak. You can call me Chuck. I said that like 6 times.
I wasn't listening before. Chuck, I got your back.
Good. Yeah. Okay, then we're gonna make it. You know?
You hear that, Horvath? We're gonna make it.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it.
Yeah, we got Chuck here.
Yeah. And we got, it's not just me. I mean, we got Nora 7 as well. And she's by the book. She's the best partner I had since coming here. Well, no, let me rephrase that. Since coming here, I've been really impressed with her as a partner and
Well,
as
I'd
a
say
person.
by the looks of it, she wrote the book.
Thank you, Officer Novak.
Oh, you're welcome, Officer 7. Should I call? You're welcome, Nora. Francine always wanted to just be called Francine, so
That's fine.
Good.
You can call me Nora.
okay.
I think Horvath will just pat Zed on the back of the shoulder and say, "See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm so proud of you. We got to talk it out. It's not always about throwing grenades and firing assault rifles. We got to forge alliances,
Yeah.
teams."
But a well-placed grenade, you gotta admit, can make all the difference.
Look,
Yeah, that grenade was real helpful.
it was very good.
Thank you.
You did
Thank
great
you.
back there.
Was that sincere? She doesn't smile.
As sincere as she can be. Yeah. Yeah. She's very serious all the time.
When we survive.
Yeah.
So we've got about 40 more minutes until this elevator reaches.
I'll tell you what, when this ride started, I liked this song.
And as you say that, there's a screeching of metal. There's the sound of something important breaking. And suddenly, the elevator jolts to a stop. The lights go out. The music's still playing. Ipanema goes walk, but the lights are out. And the elevator's not moving anymore.
I'm gonna light a lighter.
I'm gonna pull out my flashlight.
You pull out your flashlight. The elevator's still not moving.
Do we get this door open?
Yeah.
No sudden movements, probably.
Horvath, give me a hand here. Zed'll get over and try to like pull the from one side, pull that elevator door open.
You
Yeah.
guys start pulling it. It opens maybe this much. You can see the wall of the building on the other side.
Nora,
And it's really jammed there. And you realize that one of the things that you heard, the sound that broke, one of the support beams kind of buckled in, and it's kind of pushing the door in.
Nora flashes her light up. Is this paneling that I'm like? What am I looking at? The top of this elevator?
Yeah, it's solid, and there's like fluorescent lights, but there's like a little hatch.
Someone want to lift me up? Maybe we can get through this hatch.
Oh yeah, I'll do it. And I put my my hands together and put your foot in there. I'll just boost you up.
Give her a boost.
She takes the boost.
You climb up, and you can check out the map if you want. You find yourself up on top of the elevator. What you're noticing as you look up at the shaft from the inside is that you're in a part of the building that's been reinforced to support the other 100-odd floors that they built on top of it. So there's all this extra sheeting of metal that's been put in, and a lot of the accesses to these doors have been blocked off at the higher levels. On the first few floors, it's still access, but up here, a lot of it's been blocked off. But when you look up, you can see the top of it. You can see the motor and the winches and all that from the elevator. And at the very top, there is what looks like a door. You're just gonna have to probably climb there a little bit.
I'm gonna brace myself, kneeling down at this hatch. I'm gonna drop a hand down to help the next person up. There's a door up here. Let's keep moving.
I'll keep boosting people. I'll just plan to be last up.
Yeah, I think Horvath will take the boost in the hand.
Not a problem. And within moments, you all find yourselves standing on top of this elevator, looking up.
Yeah, she's gonna point her flashlight at the opening that she sees. About how far is that distance?
About 2 floors up.
Anyone got any ideas?
I look down at Horvath and I'm like, I don't know if this guy's shoes are the right ones for climbing.
I'll climb it.
He's gonna have difficulty because he's wearing some of those Italian shoes that are super pointy.
He has rain shoes.
Really
rain.
He's got galoshes. He's wearing galoshes.
I've got
Oh
those
yeah, he's wearing wellies.
Wellies.
I've got
Yeah.
those Italian shoes on underneath the galoshes.
Exactly.
He's got
Oh,
rubbers.
very
He's got rubbers on.
That's a yes and. Very nice.
I'll climb
So
it.
who's gonna try climbing?
Zed will.
All right, Zed. Go ahead and give me a strength and stamina roll. Actually, make that agility and mobility. I think it would.
I was
be more.
hoping you were gonna say that. I'm gonna use my advantage. How does that work again? Roll the lower of the two. A
Yeah,
second
you
time?
add an additional one of the lower die.
Okay. I did get an 8. I got one
Alright,
success.
That's pretty good. So
Yeah.
fairly easily, you manage to climb up. There's always something you can kind of grab onto. You try to avoid the cables because they're really greasy, and you know once you put your hand on that, you're fucked. Like you're never going to be able to hang on. So you manage to kind of climb up. You get to the top. There is an old door. It's clearly barred because people are not supposed to use it. There's kind of a little ledge. You could conceivably kind of climb up and then maybe get some leverage. It would probably help if somebody else was there, if you had a tool or something. But I mean, you can try on your own if you want, or you can call up for someone to come and help.
Can I try to slide open and get the baton in there?
Oh, yeah, so go ahead and try that. So you're going to give me a strength and force.
Okay.
I'm not going to give you a bonus for the baton yet because you're trying to get the baton in. So you're just really kind of trying to jam it in. Maybe if you had some of the grease, you could jam it in better, but you didn't get any of the grease earlier. So you can't, it's harder to jam in.
Yeah, I didn't grease up, but I did get one success.
That's pretty good. That's all you need as you manage to kind of get the tip in.
Yep.
And you just kind of wiggle it back and forth, and then just with a little bit of strength and judicious application of directional force.
Well, it's all about angle.
Yeah. And then you kind of just and then it's in.
Ugh!
Morning.
For the
Flip it.
kids.
Flip it.
It was a long
so
elevator ride.
now if you want to, let's see if you can jimmy the door open. So you're going to give me another strength and force, but
Oh,
this time you can
geez.
add an advantage because now you got the baton.
Yeah.
All the while you're down there, guys, and you're watching and just kind of anybody doing anything.
Not really.
One success.
You manage to, with the baton, jimmy
Just-
one door open, and you kind of push it, and you manage to open it kind of just wide enough to get someone. You take a look, and you're in some sort of residential hallway. You can see a long hallway with doors on either side.
I'm going to lodge the baton in there to keep it open. And then I'm going to look back down. Can you climb up?
Nora's gonna start climbing up.
So to climb up, it's agility and mobility, everyone.
Can I reach down and like at some point help by giving a hand to whoever's
Yep.
to the people that are climbing?
So you can take an advantage on the roll.
I got 2 successes.
You're good. You don't even need him. Fuck him.
Successes.
So just smack your hand out of the way.
I got one success.
Okay, as long as you get one, you manage to get yourselves up there. Once you get up there, you find yourselves, as I was saying, in a residential, on a residential floor. You obviously can't see inside the buildings, but I didn't want to mess around with the shadow, the fog. So just use the power of imagination. So you are sort of around there. You've come up. This is the elevator that you've come out of.
Do I see any markings telling us what floor we're on?
You are on floor 63.
Ooh. Looks like we have one more floor to go.
Oh no, you're on the right floor. Sorry.
Oh, I thought for some reason I thought it was 64. Okay.
It's possible. Maybe I muffed it, but you're on the right floor. Basically, is what I want to say.
Okay.
Very quiet, very dark. You're hearing sounds from inside the apartments, but you'd have to go out and investigate a bit further. So I'm going to say you're kind of huddled in the corner here, just kind of catching your breath and figuring out what you want to do.
So look, what's the plan here, officers? Is this...
Well, I'm definitely going to have my gun out and at the ready. Is this is the floor they're going to bomb?
Say we...
They could be on the floor already.
You're correct. They could be. Hearing sounds from the apartments. Perhaps we should do a sweep of the area.
Yeah.
If you want another set of eyes, I could help. I'll stay
try.
back.
Yeah, you guys consider yourselves like deputized or whatever for right now. You
Cool.
don't need our permission to help out, is what I'm trying to say.
The law.
So who goes where?
Don't abuse the power that I've just given you, please.
With great power comes great power.
Nora's going to start quietly making her way down the main hall and giving a listen at each door as she's passing by.
So before you get there, as you move up and turn the corner, as you get to the corner, you hear, as you're approaching the corner, you hear just on the other side of the corner here.
She's gonna pull her rifle and use it to look down the hall.
So as you turn around and kind of use the rifle and cut, almost falling on top of you is this guy, blood everywhere. He falls and grabs you, and he's like, and you can see that he's a security guard. He's got a security badge on it. And he slowly slides down. Everyone give me a stress test.
Yeah.
Everyone give me a empathy and insight roll.
No success.
1 success.
0 successes.
0 successes.
All right. So with 1 success, you'll take one stress. You'll lose 1 resolve. With 0 success, you'll lose 2 resolve. Now you can, if you want, push this roll.
Pushing it, re-roll an additional
push
the
the roll-
lowest.
No, if you push the roll, you get to reroll all your dice that were failures. But
Okay.
if you fail again, then new stress gets added to the first stress that you got.
Oh,
And it's an empathy
No
insight
way.
check?
Yeah.
No
Ouch.
way.
yeah,
I got
I'm not gonna
no
push it.
empathy. My character has no empathy.
All right. So Crombie, you lose 1 resolve. Everybody else loses 2 resolve. As this bloodied mess of a man just slides down and hits the ground.
Can
Um,
Horvath do a quick once over? Is he alive? Could he use some medical
No,
treatment?
he's quite dead. He's been
Okay.
shot several times. He's not happening. However, as you do a quick once over of him, you realize he's got kind of like a security pouch on his belt that probably has some equipment in there that might be useful.
I'll yoink that. Oh,
Guy's shirt, there's a name tag. It reads Vamp Wickman.
I think they're
reads
gonna
what?
need some more security dudes.
Vamp Wickman,
Vamp.
who donated and got you guys a stash. And so
Nice.
on
Thank you, Vamp.
guy-
It only
Awesome.
cost us like 6 resolve. Yes.
That's right. So on this guy, you will find another hold on, let me look. He's got a shotgun. He's got a 20 gauge shotgun that you find on him. He's got a flashbang grenade in his pack. You, Horvath, see to your delight that he's got a pair of glasses, but they're these weird black wraparound glasses with like little boxes on each side. You know those are Esper lenses. And one of the things that they allow you to do, amongst other things, is see through walls and things like that. It provides you with imaging.
Oh shit.
Oh,
for
yeah.
a certain area around you. And as you kind of ruffle through the pack, you see this old ass gun, like an old gun that looks like it's from the fucking 1920s or something. It looks like it probably doesn't even work, and you kind of toss it to the side. Creep and Eric, as he tosses this gun to the side, you both, your breath catches in your throat as you see there on the floor in front of you a relic perhaps of the past, but one with an illustrious past. It is called a PKD 5223 blaster. It once was the standard handgun for every Blade Runner.
Oh, it's Harrison Ford's gun. Yeah.
That's right.
Oh.
It was a gun that only Blade Runners were allowed to carry because it was a bit of a tricky gun, but very powerful. It has a double set trigger, which can be used as a normal trigger or to pull for 2 shots at the same time. It's got a long range barrel with a 222 cartridge set underneath the regular barrel. It fires sonic rounds.
Huh.
And when fires, there is a muzzle flash, a muzzle blast. The muzzle emits an audibly distinct blast that serves as a public alarm to facilitate crowd control when you need to open fire in a civilian area.
I look at Norna when you need to open fire in a civilian area. Am I right? I think you should have this.
Yeah, she's gonna lean down and pick that up. I have a question for you, Bleak.
Yeah.
Can I take both of my Soviet happies to fix the 2 stress points I've just
Well, so
acquired?
the first thing I was going to say, I was waiting to see who was going to get the gun, but as
Mhm.
you pick up the gun and you feel the weight of its history and you feel the importance of this thing, it reminds you of your oaths, of your job, of why you do this. It reminds you of the long line of men and women, replicants and human, that have come before you and have done this job and why you do it. And it eases your mind a little bit. So it gives you back 1 point of resolve. So you can take a Soviet app if you want to heal the other.
Beautiful. Yeah.
I'd like to take one as well to kill one of
All
them.
right, so I'm counting this as the second shift. So you can only take 1 of these pills per shift. So you
Okay.
had 1 shift earlier, now you're in the second shift. So you can take it now, but you won't be able to take it again.
I'm gonna pop one as well.
But instant fix and Soviet happy pills are 2 different things, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can take 1 of each per shift.
Oh, I see.
I'm going to give you the stats for the gun in a second here. Creep. I'll put them on your card sheet.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, she picks that gun up and she's weighing it in her hand and she's just like admiring the craftsmanship of it, and she kind of lets out a soft sigh and reaches into her pocket and pulls out a little pill bottle and flicks one into her mouth and swallows it and you kind of see all that tension of watching this man die in her hands kind of wash away from her, and she rights herself.
I think Horvath will stand up. I think he'll, if it's all right, pocket the flashbang and just kind of toss the 20 gauge shotgun off and be like, man, a lot of trash that guy had. A lot of trash. Making a pointed look at the gun that Creep now holds. And then he'll say, but these. And he starts to put on the Esper lenses. Now these are cool.
Nora looks at him and is like studying him for a minute. What are those? What do they do?
And as she asked that question, give me a Comtech roll.
Okay, you got it. D12 and a D6.
Who's grabbing the shotgun just so I can put it on their sheet?
I have an assault rifle, so I don't need a shotgun.
Zed'll take it.
Cool. 0 successes.
So you put them on, and the little lights come on, and you see that your vision kind of blurs, and like now you're in this kind of surround area. Your vision now extends as this 3D world starts to form in front of you. The Esper lenses are reaching out, and it's kind of like in Blade Runner when he's saying like, pan left, go, it's mapping out the floors around you. And it's mapping out where the floor, the walls are, where living beings are. It's mapping, and then all of a sudden, when everything shuts down, the little lights dim.
You know what a turtle is, Leon? Just like that.
It was working beautiful, but
That was so cool. I'll have to fix these. They can like see through walls and like scan people. Really, it's kind of scary technology, but hey, better in the hands of the people, right?
Can you fix them? Because being able to see through walls is a great way to find where they put the bombs.
This would be useful right about now.
That's a great point. Bleak, is there any way to spend a little bit of time to do that?
yeah, you can sit down, pull out your electronic kit, and give it a whirl.
I'll start toying with it a little bit here.
Nora
he's
takes
doing-
point.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
As
sorry.
you're
Oh.
standing there, I'm assuming some of you are keeping watch. It's
Yeah.
very quiet. You're hearing some televisions. You're hearing a child crying in one of the apartments somewhere. You're hearing a couple of people argue. You're hearing someone on the phone going, yeah, we don't know. We've been locked in there for like the past half hour and no one's telling us what's going on.
Maybe we should try to find a way to open some of these doors and let these people get out of the fucking building, yeah?
I'm going to look at the ceiling and I want to see, are there like HVAC? What's the HVAC situation in this floor?
So if we look at the map, you will see that across down the hall from where you are, there's a vent.
Yeah.
And there's another one down the hall here. And then there are probably vents inside each of these buildings, but those are the two main vents of the area.
Are those vents open? Like, are they closed? Right? Like, meaning like, if you think of a vent like a trap door, is it open or is it closed?
Yeah, so it's just like a grill,
Mm-hmm.
and there's definitely like air coming through them.
Okay.
So do you guys have like a protocol for this kind of thing? I mean, do we warn the inhabitants of the building that there's a potential explosion? Or, I mean, what if we don't defuse this or disarm this bomb?
I mean,
As of
if they're-
current, there's
Yeah.
no need to excite the civilians. It will only cause chaos that we don't need. That's going to hinder our work.
You have your Comtech roll, Robbie,
Yeah, let me roll that right now.
with an advantage since you have the electronics toolkit.
That is a 6, an 11, and a 3.
All right, it's pretty good. So you look at them, you're not too sure what's happening. You start dismantling them, then you're like, wait a minute. And then you turn them around, you pop open a little side thing, see a little battery, you pull it out, you go back to the guards thing, you pat him down, and you find a little battery case on him. You pull a new battery, you put it in there. Put him back on. and it starts to map out the entire area. So as it's mapping it out and doing all of that, let's see if you can figure out what you need to roll. So give me another contact check, my friend, and this will dictate what you can or cannot find.
Perfect. This would be with advantage or not an advantage since we're not using.
Oh,
the
no, since you're not
charms.
using the, but you could use your own advantage. You do have a couple of advantages, right?
I do. Sorry, camera keeps going out. Okay. I probably need to use an advantage before I roll. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. 2 failures.
2 failures.
2 failures.
You rolled 3 dice, right?
Let me roll one more time here with the.
You roll intelligence, comtech, plus another d6 for the comtech,
Oh, gotcha.
or whatever your lowest die is.
Gotcha. So make that 3 failures. 2, 2, 4.
Right. So it's mapping it out and it's showing you a lot of things. You're seeing where the people are in the rooms. It's kind of taking a picture though. So it's not like you're getting real time things. Like it takes a picture in that moment. Kind of imagine like Google Earth kind of thing where you get like a picture of the person doing something or whatever.
Absolutely.
And then you can give it orders. You can say like pan around and it will like allow you to go 360 around someone or kind of. So you're going through the entire place and you're seeing that all the apartments are full. There's a lot of people here, but you're not spotting anything else. You're having difficulty telling the difference between what could be a bomb and what is not a bomb.
I'm seeing a lot of readings. I mean, they could
sorry.
be.
I'm sorry. By the way, you can push the roll if you want.
Yeah. That is re-rolling all the failures, right?
Yeah, and if
So
you
this
do
is all-
that, what's going to happen? I'll tell you in a second. You push the roll. It lets you re-roll any base die that weren't a success. Pushing comes to race. Each time you push a roll, you immediately suffer 1 point of damage. If you roll strength or agility, 1 point of stress. You'll take a point of stress. And on top of that, any ones that you roll become stress also.
All right. So that'll re-roll 3 die since it was 3 failures.
Yeah.
Potential 3 stress here. Cool. 1, 2, and 11. So that's 2
One more stress for the 1, plus
Okay.
1 for the push. So 2 stress. So you lose to resolve, but you get the success that you were looking for.
Perfect.
So you're feeling the sweat come down. You know these guys are depending on you. All these lives are depending on you. You can't make this fucking thing work. You got to figure out how it works. You start paying attention. You check it out. And as you do, what you start to realize is that all the doors are sealed. You know, they lock down this place. But then you start realizing that what they've done is they have drilled shaped charges into the walls themselves.
Oh, gosh.
So at various points where there are support beams, they have come in and they have drilled in and placed shape charges deep inside the walls and inside the support beams.
I think that
Kind of like
Horvath,
a dozen of them.
a dozen of them. I think Horvath scans the floor, and at first, as he's failing, he's like, why do all these bombs look like people? And then on the second pass, going back, as he's starting to stress, as he's starting to sweat, you see his face kind of gets red. He says, wait, the structural supports, the bombs are in the structural supports. They're drilled in.
Are they armed? Can you tell with those things?
I'll try to take a look.
So you're going like, you know, scan 35 left, and you're trying to get into one of the holes, basically, to try and see the actual thing. So scan 35, go down, nope, come back up, pull out, all right, you know, and you're doing as it's going like that. And eventually you kind of get a half-ass decent look at one of them, and there is a little light that's lit on the shape charge.
Yeah, it's armed all right.
Do you know how to disarm it?
I could try. I don't know that I've ever messed with bombs before.
So
There's
you
a
can make
lot
an
of
intelligence-
lives.
Anyone can make an intelligence and comtech roll, by the way, if you want at this point to see like if you know anything about disarming these things.
There's a lot of lives at stake here. Does anyone know how to disarm these things?
Intelligence, comtech.
Oof. Not likely.
Did we have 1 advantage or 2 advantages? I can't remember.
You had 2
Two.
total.
Okay, I'm gonna roll with advantage. God damn.
Is that for each of us, or is that?
Yeah, 2 each.
Then
Everyone
I'm
gets-
gonna roll with advantage as well.
2 successes for Horvath.
And what Proxima says, that's what you need.
What number are we shooting for? 6 or 7?
6. You need
6.
6s.
I got
Six.
1 success.
So as you pull all your successes together and put your heads together and think about it, you know that there are several parts to this plan. There was something with the HVAC, there was something up here, there was something on another floor, then there's something upstairs. So something that complex is probably not going to rely on a timer or anything like that. So it's probably going to be remote detonated. And if it can be remote detonated, it can probably be remote canceled. So there is really little you can do to disarm each of these one. Even if you could reach them, they're drilled into the thing. You're kind of stuck with that. But if there is someone, a boss, someone upstairs or something like that, that's got control of it, where they're waiting for all the parts to fall in at the right time and then activate this. If you got there on time, you might be able to get whatever device he's going to be using to detonate these explosives.
So am I interpreting that correctly, and to say there's really nothing we could do here, but that maybe
No, here
someone-
on this floor is very little. I mean, you could if you want. You could certainly. I would say that if you want to try and evacuate the people, you could. We're not going to role play all that, but if that's something you want to do,
Right.
I'll have you make a couple of rolls just to see how it goes. But you could, if you want to, start telling people to evacuate and getting them to the stairwell and getting out of here. That's going to evacuate the people on this floor. It's not going to do anything for the people on the floors below and the floors upstairs. So
It's
entirely
the whole
up to you what
building's
you want
coming
to do.
down. I think we shouldn't waste time, and we should go and try and find someone above who, maybe Tyrant himself, who can turn that stuff off.
I agree. Let's not waste any more time with this.
Everyone give me a stress roll. Empathy and insight.
Oh, my worst rolls.
Hey, 1 success.
Apparently Zed has no empathy whatsoever.
One success is good. It's only 1 stress. So as long as you get 1
Cool.
success, you don't lose a resolve.
1 success.
Bleak Zed is going to pop out his hip flask, and he is going to unscrew the top and take a swig out of it, and it's going to burn. And then he's going to pass it over to Nora. Drink.
No, thank you, Zed.
Novak.
I'll have some.
There you go, buddy.
She
And
kind
I
of
will-
like eyes Novak like on the job, really.
You can tell that Nora's writing a report mentally.
Uh-huh.
Did you
Page
shoot me that
17.
look? Do you shoot me that look before I take the drink, or after?
Oh yeah, 100%. As soon as
Then
it's
I'm like,
being
okay.
passed to you,
So
I'm
then
like,
then I do one of these things where I'm like, oh no, it wouldn't be appropriate on the job, and I'm gonna hand it back. I'm from like Wisconsin, dude. Like, I'm not gonna not drink.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
You
But I
know,
will not drink because Nora disapproved, and I want to be in her good graces.
It's a spotted cow.
Oh shit! I drank it. I drank it.
I knew it. That's what Wisconsinites always say.
do you pass it over to Horvath?
Yeah, for sure.
You take a drink.
Take a drink.
Ease the
Everyone
nerves.
takes a drink. What does it do, Dave?
It will heal a point of stress.
As you feel a little bit loose and limber.
I just start fidgeting with something.
Nora's gonna look to the group. We can try the stairs again.
Yeah. The next target though, was it like 168 or something like that?
I think the readout is 128 for the Sierra 4.
boy.
We'd be climbing as many stairs as we just ascended in that elevator. But as much as I hate the idea of that.
Is there another elevator that starts on this floor, or is there
Well, there's another
stairs to
elevator
the-
next to the other one.
Oh. Oh, okay, yeah.
Does that go up?
I don't know. Do you go in?
Hell yeah. Wait, first
You-
I check if there's a sign on it.
No, no signs. It says use this elevator. This one functions.
Okay, then I go in that one.
Classy.
Not a problem. You get into that one, and you manage to get up a few more floors. So I wanted to make you guys aware of something also. You can, if you want, engage somebody else in conversation, and by making a manipulation roll, you can help someone gain resolve by talking them down and kind of, boosting them and all that. So if ever someone wants to try and do that, you just let me know. And we'll do it. Is anyone looking like they're really stressed out of their gourd?
I'm at 3 of 5. I don't know if that's really stressed out of their gourd yet, but
No, Nora looks cool as a cucumber.
Nora could be at 0 stress and she'd look exactly the same as she looks.
Horvath, you doing okay, buddy?
Oh, yeah. Mechanically 3 out of 4.
Same.
So as you're going up, you do remember one more thing that was on the whatnot. There was apparently a target, someone on one of the other floors. It might be not a bad idea to go and check it out just to get a sense, because there might be, something there that's worth going up. So as you're going up, you're probably thinking, might be worth checking it out.
which floor was that on?
That was
I couldn't
on.
find the thing that you pasted into the document, by the way.
It's all right. It's in stuff.
Stuff.
Might have to refresh.
On level
Get it to show up.
128.
Oh God. Party time.
Oh,
When you
Damn.
arrive on level 128, the elevator doors open. There's a hallway that you walk down. Eventually, you arrive at this door in the back. You can hear the music pumping from the club, but you don't hear people or anything like that. There's just that kind of heavy trance, doom, 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 doom kind of music that's going on. But you don't see or hear people really.
this is a kicking beat.
What do you do?
Yeah, I think Nora's gonna take point and she's gonna draw her weapon and start pressing in and kind of, hitting every corner.
It's not long as you're approaching and sort of enter into the club proper here that you start seeing. First thing you see kind of around a corner is a hand, an arm on the ground, and then when you cut the pie and go around, you can see that there are just dead bodies everywhere. The entire place, people have been shot. There's dozens of dead bodies on the ground, blood everywhere, the smell of cordite, empty shells. Literally, you can tell that, probably half a dozen men with assault rifles or SMGs came in here and just started shooting. You can tell that the bodies are pretty much all confined to this side of the room. When you kind of walk up to the corner, you can see that there's a gate there that is closed, and you can tell that there are people huddled in the back of the club, kind of hiding out and sort of peering around as that music's going. As I was saying, all the dead are kind of on this floor, but you can see that this door is open and there's someone that's kind of half in, half out of that room, feet sticking out.
Yeah, I'll press into there and give it a quick glance.
Okay, so you're moving forward and you're going there. Eric, what are you doing?
I'm going to have my assault rifle at the ready and kind of back up Nora as procedure dictates.
Dave and Crombie?
I'm gonna pull out the shotgun and just kind of level it and get ready to pull the trigger if need be.
Think if Horvath sees the people huddling, I think he'll kind of raise his hands up and say, "Is the music so loud that it's
Music is
deafening?"
really loud. Like it's you can't you
Okay.
couldn't speak to each other. Like they turned up that music. It's ear splitting. It makes it almost impossible to think. It's just like boom, boom, boom. The walls are shaking basically.
Okay. Horvath will raise his hands up and kind of see if he can make eye contact with one of them and wave over, like it's okay.
As soon as you kind of do that, they all kind of scooch back, and everyone looks like they're traumatized to hell and back. While you're thinking about that, you show up. Give me. Actually, you're not. You don't have to give me a roll. This man that's kind of in the doorway is holding a pistol. He's got a very nice suit. It screams corporate. He's got. You can see he's got armor plates under it, but he's been shot straight in the face, and he's lying there, totes dead.
Do I see anything else inside this room?
Yeah, you catch very briefly as you're kind of looking at this, but you catch movement somewhere in there. There's somebody else in that little room.
I'm gonna look back to my partner and just kind of do this and lift my. I've got the handgun up and press into the room further.
You open the door and move in. You see, kind of trying to hide, behind some of the furniture. There's blood. There's a huge trail of blood all over the place. You see another guy who looks identical to the guy that was in the doorway. Same face, same hair, same glasses, same suit. He's got his gun also, but he's bleeding out. He's trying to raise his gun and kind of level it up at you, and he doesn't really have the strength for it.
I'm gonna walk forward and kick the gun out of his hand.
I'm right back behind her with the weapon.
Offers
And
no
then-
resistance.
I'm gonna kneel down and get really close to him. What happened here?
He looks up. They took her. They barged in here. 6 or 7 of them. They shot everyone. And they took her.
Which way did they go?
Back out that way, and he points the way you came. Must have been, I don't know, 15 minutes ago, maybe.
Who was she?
Her name's Sierra. Sierra 4. He slowly reaches into his jacket. He hands you what looks like a card or something, an ID card or something.
Do I think an instant fix would help this guy, or is he beyond?
No. He definitely needs like he's not necessarily gonna die, but he's definitely needs advanced medical.
Okay.
He hands you his security guard, and it says Dawnstar Biosynth, and it says external security on it. David 7.
You guys are the
How
same.
dare you.
class.
What does she know of Dawnstar, if anything?
you know that a few months ago there was a big to-do, that there was a big sort of TED Talk convention kind of thing, that the very reclusive head of Dawnstar Biosynth, Aster Lambros, appeared where she delivered a talk declaring that within a year Dawnstar Biosynth would be bringing a brand new replicant type to market that was more advanced than the Nexus 8, Nexus 9 that Wallace was doing. Inside the department, you, not Eric, because you're from Minnesota and no one cares.
Yeah,
But
thanks.
Rip.
Creep, you would have heard that there was a big shakeup recently. Something internal affairs was involved in it. There was apparently some sort of attempt on Aster Lambros's life. No one knows exactly what went down, but it was apparently some sort of corporate power play involving Wallace Corp. A bunch of cops in the department got caught up in it. You know that there's like this older cop, a guy named Twitch, who's like kind of like old school, been around forever, really well respected, kind of got trounced out after that. He didn't get charges or anything, but he got kind of booted out of the department. They restructured the whole thing. One of the people that was involved in that thing, an officer called Sark Ratcher, was promoted to internal affairs. One of the officers involved in the situation died. No one knows exactly what happened, but it was some sort of operation at the dam. Her name was Phyllis Dietrichson, and she died in the line of duty. And another agent, Fadira Galvin, disappeared in the wake of this and was not heard from again.
She just, son of a bitch, to herself and drops the card on the ground and stands. She's not here. We got to keep moving. And she's gonna.
As you go, he reaches up. He goes, "She's Aster Lambros's personal assistant. She knows everything. They're trying to get everything. If you can't save her, you have to shoot her."
Nobody's gonna get shot here, sir. There's been enough shooting. Okay. Thank you for your help, sir.
Officer Novak, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
She's gonna move out and she's going to just stomp right across the club over to one of the groups of people that are huddled and just kind of get up to the first person she can reach. Where did they go?
Yeah, there's one guy who's maybe like one of the bouncers or something. He kind of steps up and he looks like he's gonna put up a fight or something. He's like, "I'm not gonna let you hurt anybody else.
I'm not here to hurt anyone." And she's gonna flash her badge.
We're the police,
7,
sir. Everything's gonna be
L.A.P.D.
good.
Yeah, fucking, you took your sweet time getting here."
Where'd they go, sir?
They went back to the elevator. I don't know. We didn't see anything. There was people. They were just shooting people, and people were dying left, right, and center. We were just trying to survive. We didn't see anything, but they went back up towards the elevator.
Thank you for your help. Keep these people
Is anybody
safe.
else coming? Is there SWAT, special operations, something?
That's a good point. Hey, Mr. Grabowski, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, unfortunately. Report.
Well, we could really use some backup here because there's lots of shot people in this club.
The building's on lockdown right now. We're trying to find our way in. If you made your way to the roof, apparently there's something going on the roof. There's a helicopter there that just landed.
Well, we found out that this replicant that they're after is the personal assistant to some bigwig. What's his name? What's the
Aster.
name? His name is...
She talks into hers. Sir, we have a lead on the personal assistant to Aster Lambros. Is currently.
God fucking damn it! Really?
Yes.
Don't tell me
sir.
Aster Lambros is there.
We don't know, sir, but it sounds like we need to get to the roof.
Oh, fuck. All right, get up there. I'm going to try to get Sark Ratcher on the line. Go up
Copy
there and
that.
see what you can do.
She's gonna
The
push
civilians
past.
still with you, or have they been shot yet?
No, they're still here. They're pretty good guys,
Oh, good, good.
honestly.
She just sighs. Civilians are being handled, sir. Don't worry.
Good. Get up on that roof.
She's gonna like shoot another look at Novak. And then just kind of push past him and start making her way.
He's gonna try and keep up with it. Do you know this Aster Lambros guy?
Yes, I do.
Not a guy.
Maybe I'll be able to explain her to you after this is all said and done.
Oh, Aster's a girl? Sorry about that.
She's just gonna make her way back to the elevator.
You get in the elevator and take the elevator up, and it eventually dings up. Someone in the group goes, maybe we don't go all the way up to the top floor. Maybe we go to the floor below and then walk up, because, you know, they might be watching the elevator door.
Good girl.
So you stop one floor below and you make the rest of the way on foot. You eventually end up here, and the stairwell is here. So I'll put you guys up on the stairwell there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what order march you're in, but
I would say that Nora probably takes that on herself to always take point. Just naturally assuming, being a Blade Runner and a replicant, that she's probably one of the strongest of the group.
And being more of a newcomer, I'm going to defer. Even if she's not my superior officer, I'm more or less deferring to her in most cases.
she's just superior.
And Zed's just thinking that, well, let them go first. They're the first ones that'll get shot.
Yeah. I imagine she would say something along the lines to Novak, like, take my 6.
When you get up on the top floor, you get up there at the corner, you're figuring if there are any guards or anything, this is where it's going to start happening, so you're trying to be careful. What do you want to do?
She's gonna peek around the corner to see if anyone is in this hall, kind of watching that elevator.
I'm sure one of you would remember that you have the Esper lenses, and they would probably be pretty useful here too.
Probably.
That's a very good point. I think that
Sam Wigman paid $25 plus his life.
That's right.
You get those Esper fucking.
Hold our hands, Bleak. I'm scared.
Horvath's got the glasses on upside down, and he's like, "Oh!" As someone points them out, he flips them around and puts them.
You put
on.
them back up. You get almost immediately a layout of the thing. You can see that there are 3 people. Well, there'd be more than 3, but so the layout that you're getting is this. You see someone here with a gun walking on this walkway here.
Okay.
Oops. This guy is kind of walking back and forth around here. There are 3 people here. One of them is lying on the ground. One of them has kind of a machine tied to her and is doing something. And the other one is scanning around with a gun.
Okay.
The helicopter blades are whirling. There's probably a pilot in the thing.
I will relay that
Also,
information.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You
no worries.
also see that there is explosives that have been tied to the doors of the elevators.
Very good call.
Whoever made that suggestion to stop a floor earlier was right on.
That was a great call, Zed.
MVP member of the team.
I will relay the information to particularly the officers, but the entire group, and even offer the Esper lenses to Nora, since you're taking point. If you want the most current readout, might not hurt to give it a quick scan before we make our move.
Beautiful.
All right.
I feel like Zed would at some point like kind of like nudge Novak and just be like, I overheard what your superior said about the assistant.
Yeah.
Just so we're straight, like, this is what we're dealing with. Like, this assistant is viewed as a walking hard drive. They said recover the assistant or make sure that nobody else recovers it.
Yeah, that was pretty fucked up.
That's what I'm saying. That's the kind of shit we're fighting for, is to be recognized as individuals with purpose, needs, desires. Shit's...
Zed, are you a replicant?
Well, fuck yeah.
Oh, okay.
Are you?
Nora's gonna.
I
sneak
mean,
attack.
no.
I was
No.
joking. I was joking.
No, but Francine 3 was a replicant.
Well, then you
and-
understand my point.
Yeah. I do. We got to make sure that we get the captive replicant back so that she doesn't get hurt.
Now we're talking. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do it.
I believe
Well, it's-
Kentucky Fried Creature just bought a stress relief. Dave, I don't know if you want to check that out. But he says, whoever's the
Yes,
most
it
stressed
is. Indeed,
So whoever's
it
the
is.
most, who has
Or
lost
actually,
the
a player advantage. It could be a player advantage as well.
I'm at 3 of 5 stress, but I'm not too worried about it right now.
Up to you, creature, what you'd like to do, a stress relief or an advantage. Oh, it is a stress relief. Perfect.
I think right now, Novak is the most stressed out of the
I
group.
am. Yeah.
Still,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
I'll gladly take it. All right, so then that little talk about what must be done with Zed, you're right. You got to make sure she's okay.
That's what we're here for, buddy.
Step onto the hall. How do you want to do this?
You got that flashbang?
I will give you
Horvath?
guys one round of surprise, and then we'll roll initiative.
I sure do. I'll hold it in my hand.
I can make a distraction with this thing. Draw their attention away. That should open things up for the three of you.
So just to recap real quick, we've got the person on the catwalk who we think is for sure a villain. And then we have the person whose icon looks like they're wearing a white mask, who looks like they're covering, with a
Yeah.
gun, so bad guy.
Yeah.
Then we've got the person on the ground who we think is a victim and
Yeah.
is a woman. Is that correct? Can
Yeah.
we tell from here? And then who's the last figure? I wasn't quite sure what you were saying.
He's got
Manipulate-
some stuff hooked up to the woman, and he's got like a computer or something, and he's
Okay, so he's like running diagnostics out of her or something.
yeah.
And maybe she's the replicant we're after. And her name, one more time, I'm sorry, is
Sierra 4.
Sierra 4. Okay.
I have a question, Bleak. With the glasses, is it like an actual like outline of the person? Can we like make out like features from the glasses?
Yeah. So it imagine that you can take a picture. Imagine you can take a Polaroid
Right.
of anything on this rooftop from any angle.
Yeah, so while everyone's talking, Nora is putting the glasses on and kind of seeing what Horvath saw. And once she gets a good read on everything, she's gonna take them back off and she's gonna look to Horvath and say, I think the man in the white mask is possibly our man who has the detonation for the bomb. Perhaps when you throw that flashbang, he might be the one that you approach. Maybe he's got the detonator on him.
He
You
could
are
be
a tech man.
He could be Tyrant.
Could be,
Leave it to me.
but we won't know until we know.
But we don't see Aster, what's her face?
Aster Lambros, no.
And while we're talking, we saw that the explosives were rigged to the doors. is there anything that Horvath would see as a proximity sensor to those, or does it look like those explosives are triggered if the doors open or close?
Yeah, I would say that's what you figure.
Okay. Don't want us to get up to the opening and then just immediately.
It would be great. That would be a great GM trick to tell you, and then you avoid them. But then there's.
She's gonna continue
Shit, is
on with
Kurt
her.
still listening? Fuck.
She's gonna continue on with her plan and say, I'm gonna try to obtain Sierra 4 if everyone else can have their weapons ready to fire if necessary.
I'm gonna put my hand on Nora's shoulder and I'm gonna say, "We're gonna get her out alive, right?"
We're certainly going to try,
Okay.
Officer Novak.
Try hard.
I'm going to
Try
try
hard.
my hardest.
Do it for Francine 3.
I don't like to see
I'll
death,
give you a
but
little squeeze.
sometimes one death to save
No, don't
the
think
many
about that.
is
Let's just save
necessary.
her. Let's just save her. We'll do it.
Again, Officer Novak, I will try my hardest.
Yeah, no, I heard you. I believe you. Good. Tap, tap.
She's just stone-faced the whole time.
So you each get to do an action as a surprise action before initiative. So tell me what you want to do. We'll start at the top with Dave. You can, if you want, defer and say, I want to see what somebody else is doing first. That's fine.
Well, I guess he'll move forward to the door. And did Horvath give him the flashbang, or was Horvath going to do the flashbang? I got mixed up there.
Yeah, we can do that either way. If you'd like to do that, he can give that to you.
All right, so he'll race up here and get in position. And basically, Bleak, what I'd like to do is when the team gets up to the door, before they go in, he's going to throw the flashbang right at the foot of the... well, basically, he's going to try to hit the guy on the trellis on the catwalk with the flashbang to disorient him as the team races in.
Sounds good. Eric.
Well, can I
You can all stack if you want. Like, you can all stack and be ready to take your action.
Let's do that. And then I'll just throw the flashbang.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's exactly
Let's
what
kick this thing off.
So you toss the flashbang. So go ahead and give me the firearms plus agility roll.
Okay. That's one success. That's two successes.
2 successes. That is excellent. The flashbang detonates right at this guy's feet. The explosion happens. You see this bright flash of light. You hear someone yell, "Contact! Contact!" And then you each get to move. So you've done your action. Do you want to move after you've tossed your flashbang, Dave?
Yeah, he'll race inside and get to the stairs.
Okay. Next up, I would assume that Nora would be next up, I guess.
Yeah, she's gonna rush forward. Her goal is to secure Sierra. She knows that she has some special ability that may help her in doing this, so she's gonna rush forward towards her as far as she can get. Gun out, ready to fire.
So you're going to give me an agility and mobility roll.
Okay.
You're going to jump up on these ducks and kind of make your way across. So give me an agility and mobility roll. Meanwhile, what's Novak doing?
Is there a way up on top of this blue thing?
Yeah, so... Yeah, you could go around
like here and then climb up.
Climb up. It would be an agility and mobility roll also.
That's what I'm going to do.
Go for it.
It's a success for me.
A success. That's good. And Horvath?
Horvath is running probably right behind Nora, going for who we assume has the detonator, the wolf mask.
So agility and mobility also for you?
You got
Can I use an advantage?
Yep.
I have one left.
The same.
Or you can push also if you want.
Yeah, I don't want to push right now. Because pushing is bad if you mess up, right?
Yeah.
No. I got one success.
All right, it's good enough. Telling you. So you managed to climb up on top there. I assume you want to settle in with your rifle.
That's exactly what I want to do.
All right. Horvath, what'd you get?
2 successes. A
2
7 and a 6.
successes. All right. So with 2 successes, I'll say that you can, if you want, climb up to here, and that's going to be your action.
Yeah.
Nora, you had 1 success. So what I'm going to say is this: is you can either get there and do an action, or spend your whole action to get on top of the thing, but then you won't be able to do anything once you're there.
I'm gonna go ahead and get up there.
Okay.
No action.
You clamber up there, no problem. All right, initiative time.
Ooh,
So roll your
yeah.
agility die.
And is it high is better or low is better?
High is better.
Okay. I'm gonna use my fast reflexes. Does that apply here?
I don't know. Can you read it out to me?
Well, it says draw an additional initiative card, so I don't know if that's.
Oh, that's so we should be knowing that. So roll roll with advantage and pick
Okay,
the dice.
thanks. Yep. So I got an 8.
So did I.
We're gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, everything's gonna be good.
Everything's
Dave's
gonna
got
be
an
fine.
8. Creep.
I got a 2.
Wow. Crombie.
It's fine.
I got a 5.
Okay, and my guy's got. We'll say this is Tyrant, and this is Hunger. Left 3, and we'll have. All right, so as you come running up, this will dissipate. The flashbang will dissipate. He's wearing a helmet, but you can see that the helmet didn't compensate in time for it, so he's kind of like shaking his head and whatnot. At 9, Tyrant, seeing you come up, is going to turn around and he's going to shoot at Horvath.
Godspeed.
Goodbye, sir. Good
3
day.
6s.
Oh no.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Good day, sir.
It was nice knowing you.
Sometimes violence is the answer.
Yeah.
It was those fucking shoes, man. I told you about the shoes.
All right. So just give me 1 second.
Yep.
Do you have armor?
I do. Undershirt armor.
So roll 2 dice of the type indicated by the armor.
Okay. So it looks like 2d8, if that sounds correct.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a 5 and a 7.
All right. So the 7 is 1 success, which is
Okay.
good. This thing does 2 damage, +1, +2 for the for +3. So he's doing 5 damage right now.
Oh.
Wow.
Your armor drops it down by 1, so you take 4 damage. Does that kill you or break you?
It takes me to half health. I go
Okay.
from 8 to 4.
So you are
Damn.
going to take a critical injury. So go ahead and roll me a d12.
D12, you got it. That is a 10.
10. Mine front. This is boring as hell, so I'm going to tell you to re-roll.
Okay.
Because it's instant death, and well, that's boring.
Oh god. All right, rerolling. 9. That's 9, right? Yeah.
9. So you take massive as the bullet tears right. A couple of the bullets tear right through your stomach. You fall to the ground. You cannot stand upright. You can crawl. You can move and do stuff, but you can't crawl. You just can't walk. You're like, insides are completely destroyed, and you're just like, oh my god, and just kind of lying on the ground, kind of curled up as you came up and he just really nonchalantly fired a burst from the assault rifle, and all 3 bullets got you right in the stomach. So that was at 9, and he's going to, having shot, he's going to step back so that he can keep some range. And then at 8, it would be Eric and Dave.
Go ahead, sir.
I'm gonna be like, no, and I'm gonna shoot at Tyrant from
Go for
my advanced position.
Roll your
here.
agility and firearms.
Alrighty, my agility is 10 and my firearms is 12.
Look at you.
Alright.
Sniper Bob.
Officer Novak.
Yeah, but unfortunately, my aim's not what it once was. I'm pretty rusty. I got a 2 and a 5, so I miss.
Yeah, do you want to push?
I think I might. What's the downside of pushing in this case?
So by the way, the downside of pushing is you take a stress.
Oh, okay.
Get ones, you take more stress.
Yeah, I will definitely do that.
All right, go for it.
Okay, I got a 6 and a 4 this time.
All right, so much better. So you take
Nice.
one
Do I
stress.
take the stress? Okay, yeah, okay.
You take one stress. What gun are you firing?
Assault rifle?
All right. So that's
Which
2
is
damage, and you got 2
yeah.
successes. So that's 4 damage. He's got top of the line armor. I rolled a 12 and a 9, so he reduces it by 3. So he takes
Okay.
1 damage as his armor takes most of it, and you can still see like he can still, but most of his armor took.
Okay.
Dave at 8.
All right, so Zed is going to race up the stairs towards this disoriented guard and is going to take the PKD 20 gauge and just put the barrel right up to underneath his neck and pull the trigger at point blank range.
Go for it. I'll say that he'll be at a disadvantage on his defense roll since he's blinded and stunned by the flashbang.
1 success.
Do you wish to push?
Yes.
Go for it.
2 successes.
And you take a stress.
Okay.
How much damage does the gun do base?
Base, it does D10. Nope, sorry, that's crit. 3.
3 plus 2 more success you got because he didn't get any successes. That's 5. As your gun rips off, the front of his helmet just blows right off. And like most of it, his chest and the side of his face takes the damage. He falls back. He's still kind of in it. He's not dead. He's still got some damage. Give me a D10 roll. So your crit die is D10, so give me a D10 roll.
A 1.
Right. No crit on it. He falls back and you can see you got like a massive wound on him. He's still alive, mind you. He's still dangerous, but
Am I able to just kind of grab him and just throw him off the catwalk?
Sure. Give me a force check. Give me a strength and force.
All right.
But you're not going to be able to move further.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're going to use your move action to do that.
I just want to take him out of play. Oop, cocked. 1 success.
All right, good. So you managed to lift him up and toss him overboard, and he kind of ragdolls down and hits the ground next to the catwalk.
And then I'll just check to make sure that the shotgun has rounds in it still, and then that's the end of my turn.
Yep, no problem. Cool. At 5, that would be Crombie. You're on the ground. You can still move, but you're hurt as all.
Yeah, I think
Could take some pills. I don't think you took Soviet Happies or the glue or whatever.
I still have some of those. What would be best here? A glue, a Soviet Happy, or an instant fix?
I don't know.
Let's see.
Well, you're more wounded than stressed, right?
And also, thanks to the Raiders who just joined us. We appreciate you very, very much.
So the glue's not. You're gonna have to. It's gonna give you an advantage on a medical aid roll. The instant fix is immediately going to heal a point of health, but you can only use 1 per shift.
I probably ought to do that just to get myself a little bit more right.
Right, no problem. So you will reach your bag, you'll find one of the pills, you'll pop it, and almost immediately you'll feel your insides kind of feel better. So it will kind of stabilize you. It will stop your bleeding. You're still pretty banged up, and you still have the critical one. You're still going to have to go to the hospital and get that checked. But at least for now, you can kind of get up and kind of stumble. But
before I try to move, knowing that that's going to be a lot more difficult now, Could I just do a quick observation check to see if this guy has if Tyrant has the detonator like we were thinking?
Yeah, so go for it. Absolutely.
D12 10. Okay. A 5 and a 12.
Yeah, you notice he's got like a pretty like a wrist computer on kind of thing, so you assume it's probably that, but you're also going to think that there's probably a dead man switch.
Okay.
So you're going to want to make sure that you incapacitate him but not kill him, probably.
Okay. I will try to shamble over there and best I can try to just close the distance.
All right. Creep.
Yeah. How is Tyrant looking?
Pretty good, actually. That armor was pretty sweet. It saved his bacon. He's looking like he's you know,
That one
ready to
word.
roll.
basically.
And Sierra and this thing that's connected to her, they're still just standing there.
Yeah, the guy's furiously working on a computer and like kind of looking up at you and then like kind of trying to get that done.
Would I know if I'm if I were to pool the connections, would that hurt her at all?
Well, I'll do a contact check. I do want to I do want to let you know also that your gun fires sonic rounds, by the way, which do non-lethal damage.
Oh, that's good to know. Okay, let's see. This is gonna be laughable, I'm sure.
Contact plus intelligence.
A plus intelligence. Okay. One success. Just
Oh,
one.
it's pretty good. So you've heard that one of the things that there's a system in place where they can download replicant memories.
Mhm.
That's probably what's happening. You know that probably the worst thing that's going to happen is some data is going to get corrupted and she's going to get dump shock, which is going to make her like kind of hallucinate and kind of be non-responsive and out for a while. But it can't really be more dangerous than that.
Okay. Knowing that my gun is non-lethal, I'm gonna run up and kind of grab her, but shoot at the tyrant if I can do that.
Okay, so I will say this: you're either going to make 2 rolls, firearm rolls to hit, and then a roll to pick her up, or you can just pick her up without making a roll, but you're going to get a bane on your shot.
I don't want a bane on my shot.
Okay, so you're
Yeah.
going to make 2 rolls. So start with
Yeah.
your shot. As
Okay.
you're walking up, you level your gun, you're going to fire one of sonic rounds. Go
Okay.
ahead.
That is agility and firearms.
That's right.
All right. I got 1 success.
Do you want to push?
I would like to use my advantage.
Go for it.
2 successes.
All right. We're going to see what his armor says. 1 success. And no success on the second armor. So one of those goes down. Your sonic round does 1 damage. You get an additional damage from your roll. The sonic round does crushing damage instead of piercing damage. It hits him and it kind of explodes and it kind of sends him back a little bit. And he staggers. He's still up, but he kind of staggers back and obviously affected by the thing. Now give me a force and strength roll to see if you can grab her and move her.
1 success.
Right, that's good enough. So you grab her and you start pulling her and you like go to disconnect the things. And as you do that, Hunger, who's there and who goes at just after you, is gonna come and say, he's like, no, and he's gonna level up his gun. Give me an observation roll.
Intelligence and observation or just observation?
Intelligence
Oh,
and
okay.
observation.
No success.
All right, no problem. So you don't notice something. Anyways, he's going to open fire. Oh, and he's going to miss 5 and a 4. So he goes, no, and he kind of struggles, gets his gun, fires at you, and it just flies over your head. And you manage to kind of pull her, and then the cable unconnects, and she's like, and like she starts to kind of like hallucinate and kind of, is agitated a bit, but you manage to pull her back. Back up to the top, it will be Tyrant. Tyrant is not even bothering with you anymore. Kind because he's like, whatever. But he does see you're coming up, Dave, with the shotgun, and so he's going to turn and pop a burst in your direction.
As he does, I'm just going to shout out, "Arg! Scott, thanks for the donation."
What's the donation?
$49.99. It was the best deal we could get. Thank you so much, Arg Scott. I appreciate you.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
But he fires and he misses. The bullets ching 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 kind of hit up on the side rail next to you. And he is going to just kind of ignore Horvath. Start coming over.
Horvath
Oh
just
shit, I just got here, man. At 8, Eric and Dave.
I'm just going to keep lighting up Tyrant
All right,
with my assault rifle.
go for it.
I got a 7 and an 8.
All right, nice. 2 successes. So with the rifle, that's 4. I rolled 1 success on my armor, so he takes 3 damage. You light him up. His armor, which was kind of damaged by Creep's sonic round a minute ago, it kind of blew off part of his armor, and you saw that, and you kind of aimed for that, and you hit him. Couple of bullets right there. Blood explodes, and he falls to the ground. Going back, the gun fires off in the air. He drops on his back on the ground and lies still. Horvath, you start shitting a brick, because if he's got
Yeah, I get it. I shot him.
Fuck.
Dave at 8.
All right, so Zed is gonna race forward, jump up onto the platform next to his buddy, and can I get all the way to Tyrant?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to tackle him and wrestle the weapon because he's
on the ground, by the way. Tyrant's
he's on the ground. All right.
He's just been shot and killed by Eric.
I'm just gonna step up to him then, and I'm just gonna point the shotgun down at him, right at his head. Maybe at his. Is there any exposed parts, like a neck or something? I want soft.
Yeah, under the
I want
mask, you can
soft
clearly
tissue.
see- You can clearly see like the whole throat and everything.
Yeah, that's it. I just put the barrel of the gun right to his throat and say, and I just say something like, "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker," and blast him.
No!
You pull the trigger,
Oh boy.
the head just kind of rips. Right, it's kind of rips right off. Blood splatters all over the place. You're feeling pretty good with yourself. And then at 5, Crombie. So you just saw that.
Mhm.
You just saw that.
No.
Now you know what you know.
Mhm.
You're in pain. You're crawling. Like you got like a split second. Like it's gonna take a few moments for the thing to register that Tyrant's dead, then to activate. So let me put it this way: you have one action right now, Crombie.
Yeah.
Crombie, you have one action right now. And let me put it in terms that are clear. You have one action to save everybody's life. Because whatever you attempt to do, if you fuck up or you fail, everyone's dying.
This is what I'm here for. This is the game I came here for.
This feels like a Comtech roll.
Maybe.
Maybe. And
Got one of those advantages left.
I have saved one advantage
Yeah.
for just a moment like this.
So let me make it spicier.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, well, more spicy.
If
If
there
it wasn't
spicy,
already
it's-
spicy enough.
You can try to make a
200 floor
contact
building
roll.
dying.
The other thing you're thinking is it may not recognize necessarily whose body is there, as long as there's a living pulse attached to the dead man switch. But then again, it might be. So here's the deal, Crombie.
Okay.
You can either crawl over there and just get your hand in there, like rip it off and like just put your hand on it and just slide it over to your hand. and hope that it doesn't have a biomonitor on it. And if you do that, you don't have to make any rolls. If it doesn't have a biomonitor, it's just going to work. But if it has a biomonitor, fuck. Or you
Feels
can
like a
go there
trap.
and use your Comtech and whatever advantages you've got. Try to make a difficult roll.
Let the dice decide.
Did he get more advantages from Scott by chance?
Is there still time for him to get more advantages? in
Yep,
the name
lots of
charity?
advantages from Scott. He's
for
got so many
example?
advantages.
I'll take the gamble.
Fuck yeah.
I'll take the roll.
Fuck yeah.
That's what we're here for, right?
That's right.
You crawl over there, your guts spilling out of you. Fucking knobs are shooting shit, fucking blowing stuff up, and you're just fixated. Like the world has just become this this bracelet that's on Tyrant's hand. And you crawl, and it seems to take forever. It feels like you're crawling for like 10 minutes, man. Like it feels like the sun's about to come up. You're thinking about shit you haven't thought about, and you don't even know. Did you even fucking like take the laundry out of the washer before you came to this thing? Why on earth are you wearing fucking galoshes? You knew you were going to be walking and running, and you wore
Fucking shoes,
galoshes.
man.
Like, what's fucking wrong with you? That Nora agent, you know, she's not bad looking, and she's pretty good. She saved some people, and maybe she's got some burns, but you know, like she'd be that fucking guy from Minnesota. Who the fuck is that guy from Minnesota? You're crawling. You're just crawling, and people around you are celebrating because they've killed Tyrant, and they're like, yeah, like in slow.
He's fucking dead.
And you're just kind of crawling, and you're feeling your strength just sort of flow out of you, and the quick fix is kind of taking over in your brain, or starting to go a little, like, you know, there's little endorphins are kicking out, and you know, you're thinking, maybe it's not so bad. I mean, you can just take a rest. Maybe if you just take a minute, like if you just lay down for a minute right now, just take a bit of your eyes close. And then you wake up, you're like, holy fuck, no, I gotta get this thing. And so you crawl, keep crawling right there, and then you reach out to it. Crombie, make the roll. Tell me everything you're using. Advantages have to be used up front.
Yes. Yep. You got it. So I'm going to make my D12 intelligence and D6 Comtech. I've got, I think, maybe an advantage from the electronics toolkit.
Yep.
And then I'd like to use my last advantage as well that I've been hoarding for a moment like this.
Go for it.
So that'll be 3 D6s, 1 D12. Let me actually grab one more D6 from the bag.
Just for our audience, Crombie's were been rolling like shit all night.
you better give that D6 a little smooch for luck. Just a little.
Rub
little-
that on your nipples.
Maybe a little tongue on this one, just to be safe.
I'm digging into my bag here, looking for a single D6, which appears to be a Herculean task. I should have done this while we were talking. There's one. Okay. All right. Here's what we're going to do. I will roll these. Do you want me to take a picture and post them to the...
No, I totally 100% trust you.
All right. Here we go.
Oh, no.
Push
Is
it.
there room
Push it.
to push?
Push it.
Would you like to push?
Push it.
Very much so.
All right. So,
I imagine he just picked up every single dice again.
all right. So hold on. If you're gonna push, you're gonna take 1 stress.
Okay.
And that's how many dice you rolled?
I rolled 4.
That's 4 extra stress you might take for this if you fail.
The
I
results
mean,
on
who cares? We're all
results-
dead.
Stress or
if you
death.
fail.
Stress or death, baby.
the results on the dice were 5, 5, 4, and 1. So
Oof.
I'll re-roll them all. I got a 1, a 2, a 6, and a 7.
Fucking awesome. Crombie, my friend, tell me what this looks like as you grab this thing and fucking MacGyver the shit out of it.
I think it's very messy. It is very messy. There's a lot of blood. I think he doesn't have time for... Horvath does not have time. Neville does not have time to make this pretty. He rips the faceplate off of this thing and jams his electronic toolkit in there, pulling wires as quick as he can. Fingers are slipping through the blood, and oh god, were all the wires red before, or is that just an after product of his own guts? He doesn't know. He's trying to do what he can, and I think in his mind, just as his consciousness is slipping, as he is going out with the last bit of little strength he has, I think he thinks that he failed, and I think he just whispers out, "Violence wasn't the answer."
And you fall face down, completely out as you're overcome by stress. Creep, would you do it too?
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna. The only guy left that's up is the tech, right? Yeah, I'm gonna shoot at the tech.
So your gun has this one round in it that's a 222 rifle round, that big barrel that's under the gun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Let's get a little spicy.
Go for it. Do you have any advantages?
No, I don't.
So what did Argscott give? Did Argscott buy anything?
It was a unconventional, shall I say,
Well, here,
donation.
For Argscott's fantastic donation. Creep,
Mhm.
tell me, how does your character do this? How does your character end without having to roll?
Okay. Yeah, she's the girl. Sierra is kind of like falling limp. She's hallucinating. She's going a little crazy. And Nora is trying to balance her, and she's like slowly letting her go while lifting up the gun. And she's pretty much point blank with this guy. She pulls back the hammer and just one round. The gun gives her a little kick, and as it kicks, it aims perfectly through his chin and out the back.
Shatters the face mask. Blood sprays the helicopter. And he falls down. And you wait. And there's no explosion, no detonation. It appears as though Horvath has done the job. My friends, not too long after, the place is swarming, buzzing. Drones, cops, helicopters coming in, paramedics, left, right, and center. They even brought in Sark Ratcher, head of internal affairs. She's up there with Grabowski. She's fucking tearing a strip off of Grabowski. Grabowski's like, look, we did what we could. They're having a bit of an argument. People are in, they're bandaging you. Crombie, like they hit you with something. You're kind of back up. It took a while. You thought you were dead. And then you were wondering why all these angels had these like kind of weird face masks and were cops. And you're like, holy shit, I went to cop heaven or cop hell, whatever it was. But then you realize, no, it wasn't that. As these people are kind of taking care of the situation, when not debriefing all of you, Sark Ratcher comes up and sort of takes a look around, and we'll come up to Eric and Creep and go, hell of a job you did there.
Why, thank you, sir.
Well, Sark is a woman, by the way.
What's her position
You've been
now?
confusing genders all night, so you're good.
Yeah, I feel like I've missed like 15 episodes of this show, but
You did, whatever. Actually. You missed 8, but that's fine.
Okay.
What's her title in the department now that
Head
she's
of internal affairs.
Okay.
Quite a thing you did there, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, let's take a look at this. And she goes over and she goes, did you have to shoot him in the throat? Jesus fucking Christ. She goes over to Tyrant and removes the mask, and there's barely any parts of the head left. And as she removes the mask, the first thing you notice is that it's a woman and not a man. And she removes the mask, and then she kind of steps back and goes, "What the fuck?" And then slowly she turns around. She looks at Nora. Nora, as you look down at the woman on the ground whose mask has just been removed, Tyrant, the one who was the leader of this thing. Aside from the fact that she has red hair, this woman looks almost identical to you.
You see wheels turning in Nora's head as she's looking down at this body. And almost just mechanically, she pulls a cigarette out and puts it in her mouth and lights it. She takes a drag.
Stark looks at you. She looks down at the dead woman and looks at you again. Phyllis?
I remember now.
And on that note, my friends, on that mysterious moment, Eric is like,
Who's that?
that was a little inside for some of us.
Wow.
You have successfully saved the day, successfully interrupted this thing that was supposed to be some sort of terrorist action, but was really a cover. You will discover later that the old point is they wanted to get Sierra so that they could get all the memories from her, that Sierra was unknowingly a spy for Wallace Corporation, and their plan was to pancake the building so that no one would know that she had been taken. They would assume that she was dead in the rubble of it. So they were willing to sacrifice several hundred floors worth of people to hide the fact that she had disappeared. My friends, you have succeeded by the breath of one of Crombie's ball hairs.
How many
Wow.
Wallace little morning stars are out there in the world, Bleak?
There are many of them. In fact, there are 13 of them, but
God damn it.
there's a couple of them that are dead now. But just for Dave and Creep, this was one of the ones that you met in the other game, the one that died, Tyrant. But
The redhead.
Yep.
my friends, congratulations! You have survived. You have succeeded. We have raised $3,690.68, and whoever changed that 69 to 68, you deserve public humiliation. But
Can someone
Hard.
donate a penny?
you're doing it for
A
the
dollar and a
kids.
penny.
So we will absolutely accept it. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you so much for donating, for being there, for being in the chat, hanging out with us. My friends, thank you for playing this game. I would like to go around, give each of you the chance to tell us who you are, what's going on, where people can find you, and then we will do the drawing. If you want to get in, last chance, get in. Every $5 donated gets you a ticket. We are going to draw a PDF of New Varden as well as some Hero Forge goodies. We will do that immediately after the players have given us their thing. And I would like Eric, Creep, and Crombie, after you introduce yourself, please roll. What would they be rolling, Dave?
I'll put it in the Twitch chat. It's a D46.
Yeah. So
And
I'll
thanks
ask you after
also
you're done
to
introducing
Wanderers
yourself.
Haven for the raid, you guys. Thank you so much.
Oh, hey. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you very much. Yes, we're very close to goal, and we're about to make the drawing. So if anyone wants to get in last minute, we're going to do the drawing here in just a few seconds. Every $5 gets you a ticket to the thing. We're so close to our goal. We're $310 basically away from the goal. So, you know, it's all on Shiv. It's all on Shiv now. No pressure, Shiv. No pressure. So please, my friends, introduce yourselves, and we'll go with the man of the hour, the man who saved everyone's butts with a fantastic role and a lot of stress, Crombie.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. What a fantastic game. Always such a joy to play with all of y'all. Such an honor to spend a little bit of time, and especially for such a great cause as Games for Love here. So I'm going to take a lot of time so that way folks who are still trying to get in under the wire for those giveaways can get in. You can find me popping up on a couple of games here and there, especially on Darling Creep Show's channel. And hey, I'll always enjoy the opportunity to get together with this group.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It was a lot of fun. It was great to finally see Horvath get a little moment there after having it rough throughout the session. So thank you very much. Dave will put in chat what you need to roll, and you'll be rolling for who will win the PDF. And then Eric Mona, my friend.
Yes.
So much pleasure seeing you again, having you in one of my games. Always a ton of fun. Please tell us who, what, where, and when.
All right. Well, of course, Bleak, the pleasure is mine. I'll play anytime. I'm Eric Mona. I make RPGs for a living. The one that we're just making now is the Pathfinder role-playing game remastered, Player Core and GM Core, which officially come out this week. So you can find those in your game stores. They'll also be available at paizo.com in PDF. And that's been a big, crazy effort ever since January when the whole OGL debacle happened. And this is the result of that. And so we've updated our rules, set off on our own under a new license called the Orc license, and other people can publish stuff to support Pathfinder if they want. Anyway, that I put a lot of work into that, and so do a lot of other people, and hopefully you'll like it and check it out. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna go watch some Italian horror movies, so if you want to come over, swing by and we'll check that out. And if you don't know where I live, that's fine too. And we'll see you around next time. Yeah, thanks for supporting charity. And again, Bleak, thanks for having me on the stream. It's always a pleasure to game with these folks. And you have a great skill in putting together some pretty thrilling and exciting games that happen to really blow up in the last fucking second. And in this case, it didn't blow up. So thank you, Crombie, for that. And yeah, it was great. Always a pleasure.
Eric. Do you have any of those breadsticks left?
I do. I have about this many. And if you want to come over, we'll watch City of the Living Dead and eat breadsticks together.
There you go. I'm on my way. I got your phone number now. Someone track.
Yeah, you do. God help me.
Thanks so much. Creep.
Hi.
Creep, the little reveal there at the end. A little last minute.
Yeah. Oh my god, I was so excited to bring back Phyllis. It was like this little secret I've been holding on and being stressed about the whole time because I knew and no one else did. So thanks for giving me a little taste of Phyllis again, because you know I love her and she's my everything. Yeah, I'm Darling Creep Show, and you can find me all across the interwebs as Darling Creep Show. And I will be on stream tomorrow with my awesome Dragonfire and Cormyr cast at 9 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, that's our DM Durograx's homebrew game, all set in the land of Cormyr. So if you're into that sort of thing, come stop on by. And as for tonight, I will be in my favorite bush outside of Eric Mona's home with my binocular set watching City of the Living Dead.
I have breadsticks. Come in.
Yeah, you know, I feel like I creep. It's just in the name.
Oh, right. That's fair. That's
you
fair.
just look out your window and see this.
One creep in the bush beats two creep in a hand.
Thanks. And thanks everyone for having me here. And I was really excited to be able to contribute with the miniature to a great cause.
And you know how when you watch a movie and the credits are rolling and then all of a sudden the credits stop and there's kind of a little stinger that kind of appears? Credits are stopping now, and as we go back, we see the camera moving slowly. New Frank and Musso's in LA. It's dark, smoky. In one corner where a woman used to sit and where light falls right perfectly down. as if from the heavens, is an old cop, warned, beat down, having yet another drink. Bartender comes over. You holding on there, Twitch?
I'll have another one.
You sure?
Just one more.
Don't want me to call your buddy to come and get you?
I'm fine.
On the TTRPG behind him, you see a scene happening, a rooftop somewhere. There's a helicopter, there's cops, there's all sorts of things, some sort of to-do downtown. Right now, you see Sark Ratcher, you see fucking Saul Grabowski still up there, the job you should have had. Bartender looks over and goes, you miss it sometimes, Twitch?
I miss the action. I could use a taste.
Yeah.
But I'm old now. That's a young man's game.
Well, look, I'll get you into a drink. Hey, I've been meaning to ask, you know, you're sitting in the spot of the lady, right? She'd sit there. What was her name? It was before my time.
Phyllis.
Oh, yeah. Nice name, that. I'll get you another old fashioned. One for the road, all right? As he walks away, Twitch, you look up. And on TV, you're getting different shots. The camera's getting in there now. People are talking. They're looking down at somebody. And then there's a little drone, a little media drone that kind of comes in, settles down. You hear the voice of Narcissa Del Sur commenting on what's going on, talking about how this once again is a horrible crime against replicants and the cops should be, you know, sanctioned for it. And it settles right over Sark's shoulder. And you can pick up from the mic what Sark's saying. And you can see a woman. And as you see this woman, for a moment, you shake your head like, it kind of looks like the hair's not right. It couldn't be or not. There's just enough difference. There's just enough difference. And it's just a drink. And then Sark says something that you can't make out. And then lighting a cigarette and taking a moment, as if maybe she knows you're watching. The woman looks straight into the camera and says, I remember everything. And in that moment, you know. It's Phyllis. It's not Phyllis. But it's Phyllis. What do you do?
Takes the drink. Drains it. I knew it, kid. I knew it.
And the figure stays there, alone in that little spotlight shining down on him from somewhere up above. The bartender brings him another old fashioned and then leaves him alone to think and stare and remember better times. And then the credits start rolling again.
You're not allowed to make me and Dave emotional. Stop it.
Dave, what do we got?
Hey, everybody. Wow, Bleak, thank you so much for yet another brilliant Blade Runner game. And thank you, Eric, Crombie, and Creep for playing and supporting this fundraiser. You guys, everybody in the chat, everybody who supported this thing, we're at $3,700 and we're back to 69 cents. Scottish Jeff has gotten us back to 0.69.
Scottish Jeff, my man, coming in with the save.
Hell yeah.
So that's good news. Scottish Jeff.
Excellent.
Look, everybody, what you've done to help us get to this point has been monumental. I did not know if we'd get this far, and we did. So thank you for that. We're going to do a giveaway. So my friends who are playing here on the screen with me, we've got 3 giveaways tonight. We're going to give away a Nuvarn PDF. We're going to give away a Hero Forge standee. These are acrylic printed 2D standees of your custom Hero Forge character. And then we're going to give away a Hero Forge 3D plastic standee as well. I'm going to have Crombie, if you wouldn't mind, it is going to be what I had put into the chat there, but it's going to be D48 instead of 46 with the new edition. Thank you, Scottish Jeff, for getting us back to 69.
You got it. I will put that on in here and hit enter.
And then Eric, I would like you to queue one up as well.
Yep.
And also Creep, please. Oh gosh, so what did you get? You got a you got a 3. Yeah. So Kurt, GM Kurt is going to be our first winner. Kurt, congratulations. Let me know if you're still here. You don't have to be here to win, but if you are still here, let me know if you want to go with the New Avard PDF, the 3D print, or the standee. Eric, go right ahead with the next roll, please. A 36. Okay. That is going to be Duffy. Duffy with the number 2 win. If you're still in the chat, let us know. And Creep, if you wouldn't mind, the 3rd and final.
Lucky number 13.
13. Thank you so much. That is going to be
Very on brand.
So fucking on brand.
That is going to be Vamp Wickman. Vamp Wickman with the 3rd win. If they are in the chat, thank you so much. Let me know. Otherwise, I'll reach out to everybody after the stream is over. You guys, thank you so much. And don't forget, all of your donations still enter you to win tomorrow evening when we do the grand prize giveaway. Oh, and I wanted to do this. Creep, look at this. Creep donated a fantastic miniature that I'm going to put up on screen for people to take a look at. That shit is creep-y.
My Loth spider.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, Loth.
Absolutely beautiful. You could win that. So everybody, congratulations and thank you and all that good stuff. We do have, real quick, the end of our fundraiser, 12-day fundraiser, is coming up tomorrow with Seeds of Destruction. Our good friend Shiv is going to be running that 5th edition one-shot, and then we'll be wrapping things up after that. And you guys, that's about all I have to say. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Back to you, Bleak.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Hey, Phoenix, thanks for being here. Vamp Wickman, thank you for allowing me to put Rick Deckard's gun in the game and in the hands Creep. That was a really cool. It was a great moment for me. I loved that gun. I loved that film. It was a thing for me. So thank you very much, Vamp, for your donation that allowed me to do that. Guys, this group doesn't get to play together very often, but every time we do, it's fucking magic. I love you all. You're all so amazing. It's always so much fun. You know, when's the next fundraiser? Thank you for playing, and thank you, Dave and Creep, for lining up for these 2 little stingers that we had. It's very, very nice of you to make room for that. We are going to raid some friends of ours, the initiative order right now. Be back tomorrow, 11 CT for Seeds of Destruction with Shiv, and then tomorrow night at 7 CT, the wrap up with DM Dave and Sensei Phoenix Iwaki. Hopefully we will have reached our $4,000 goal. We're so close, $300 short. $4,069, really. I'd say $4,000.69 is our goal, really. That's what we can do it.
I gotta keep that 69 on there. It's very important.
That's right. Any last words?
No, let's do it. Thank you, everybody.
Initiative order. Thank you so much.
You.
Give them some love. We're out of here. See you next time.